Welcome to the Garage with Evan and Friends, presented by Man Cave Complex. That's our host site. That's our site. That's where you get all of our gear, all of our products, our clothing. You can put in the promo code Garage10 for 10% off. You're welcome. Shirt's basically free. We do it for the people. And what do you want me to tell you? We do it for the people. Get us on all of your podcast medias. If you're listening, you already know.
You already know what it is.
To my left, as always, my co-host, the rookie producer of the year. We're almost coming up on a year. So I'll have to come up with a new tag. Mr. Ryan Rickus.
Hey, guys.
Hey, just us tonight, bro.
That's it.
It's just us tonight.
That's it. Some of the best nights that we've ever had.
Hey, this is where it started.
That's right.
This is where it started. So it's just us tonight. We're still doing Ben to the Shore. We're a month out.
Damn right we are.
Ben to the Shore bike tour. We're a month out. We hit our goal, but we're not done yet.
Never. We're never done.
Not done yet. Keep raising money. It's a great cause.
Like we said, it's for the people.
It's for the people. It's for people who actually need it. It's a good cause. We looked into it because a lot of charities are a little. Iffy. You never know. Yeah, you never know. It's a good thing. It's for the families of behind the badge, first responders, anybody who lost family, and it's for the kids. And how you been training with that?
I was just gonna ask you.
How's your ass? Is your ass ready for this or what?
So I did another spin class today. Killed it.
Sure.
The teacher was like, "Is everyone looking at this guy over here? Because you should be, because he's fucking killing it.
He's hauling ass."
Yeah. No,
the stationary bike's moving.
Yeah. I actually had, at one point she was like, "You're just on a stationary bike. Are you going to let the bike beat you?" Because like she wanted us to go faster and shit. And I was like, yeah, it's hard.
Yes, it's hard. It's hot. It's early.
I don't know what to tell you.
It's
5 o'clock in the fucking morning. I'm sweating my ass off. I need another shirt.
Uh-huh.
It's fucking hard. But that's why we do it. We do it for the families behind the badge.
It's going
to be a blast.
I started going to the gym in the morning this week. And you know what? I hated it. It's very hard to wake up, but like I like it.
So do I. I like it a lot, actually.
It's not that I like it because I feel like I'm like beating my competition. It's so nice to just wake up, get it out of the way, and start your day. Like I've been in a better mood all day all day at work. It just you already got everything out of you. It's not like hanging over your head like, oh, got to do this. Because if one thing comes up after work or something, like there's not much time. They're like,
yeah, you run out of time real quick,
right.
And then it's 8:30, and you're like,
you're right.
I can still go to the gym, but I'm gonna get there by 9. I'm gonna work out for an hour, do a little cardio or something.
Once I eat dinner, I'm done.
Like
so I'm not gonna.
Yeah, but I also like it because when Kate and I were going together before she got her new job, we had to go earlier because she left before me.
Right.
So we went together. We got home. She got ready while I just hung out, like if I was making breakfast or like a shake or something, and just watch TV for a little bit.
You want no breakfast?
I got time.
Right.
So that was the mode that I got in, and that's what I'm still in now that she, like I said, she's got a new job, so she can't go that early. She'll be on at like 4 in the morning.
Jesus.
But like I kept that, so I get home and I have like a half hour to hang out.
Damn.
Before
you can
I
like
have
press
to get ready.
Your pants now.
Yeah, like I can do whatever. I'm
undies.
Like watching TV and shit. Like it's relaxing that like I'm coming home. People are just getting up. They're rushing out to work and shit, and I'm like, relax, dude.
All right, so it's
little
just
did
us.
I know that they're rushing to work, and I'm.
Oh yeah.
Who the fuck am I?
So I'm looking at my notes. Since it's just us, I figured because I write shit down all the time, and we never really get to it because if we have a guest,
yeah, we got.
We're talking about
pressing stuff.
So like, I just have a bunch of current events. I don't know how current they still are, but I got some shit, and we're just gonna read off my notes and see what we got. First thing, what's the first thing I want to start with? First of all, the dog days of summer have started. This is the first episode we put on the fan. It's about 92 in this bitch tonight.
Yeah, it's hot as fuck.
It's hot.
And I actually came in, and you were like, we might need a fan tonight. And I was like, I don't think so. I was like, I mean, it's hot, but
it's hot.
I started setting shit up. I immediately started sweating.
Hot.
I wore a gray shirt. I was like, we better put the fan on before I'm fucking sweating in the picture and
Not
shit.
a good look.
It's going to be embarrassing.
All right. So let me just go down. We're just going to do some Ev's notes today until we get into the top 5, which is going to be a good top 5. People on Insta really liked it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Insta's like everything. So, all right, let me go down the list. Bella Thorne. You know Bella Thorne?
No.
Really? All right. Well, this is a... I don't know how people feel about her. She's definitely... All right, so she was a... Let me Google her. It's just a lot of Googling tonight. So, she was a Disney star. She's in movies. She was in Blended. But, like... The character she plays in movies is not her. Like, in real life, she is, like... She looks like she doesn't bathe. She's hot, don't get me wrong. But, like... Looks like...
In real life, she looks like she doesn't bathe? Or
yeah,
in
real life.
movies?
Like, she's an absolute fucking party animal.
Okay.
But, like, it looks like she just eats ecstasy with, like, milk every morning and just fucking... Blah, blah, blah. She's a wild child. She's probably only, like, 22, 23. I don't think she shaves her armpits. Like, shit like that. Like, she doesn't look like she bathes. But she's fucking cool. She's young. She has a huge following. Anyway, so she was coming victim of... I think this was last week. Dude hacked into her phone, like, yo, I got your nudes and shit. You know, those type things.
Right.
So, like, you know.
She was like, release them. Oh, fuck.
No, she released them herself.
Yeah, at this point, like.
Which is a fucking power move.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, it can't be easy for a girl to do it. Just because, like, she has nice and don't, yeah.
Yeah. No, I made it sound easy. Like,
yeah. So, like,
who cares? Just fucking
do it. Could you imagine
but,
some
like,
random hacker texting you and, you know, all this shit saying... You know, I'm going to release these. You need a blackmail. Finally, she was like, fuck it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
what are you going to do? You ain't getting nothing from me.
Yeah.
Here they are.
So she, like, released them on Twitter, which I thought was a fucking gangster-ass move of her. Like, fuck you, dude. How about that? I mean, it's not like I looked up the pictures of her naked. I would never do such a thing. I have respect for these women.
Of course.
And
but of course.
Luckily, the cameras are on us, so nobody knows what we're Googling. But, like,
because
there's a couple people like, oh, you know, these hackers are going into people's personal phones. Those pictures were for someone special and all this nonsense. I get it. It was for her boyfriend or whoever, blah, blah, blah. What do you want me to do?
Right.
I'm a pervert, and I'm going to look at them.
But also...
And she's hot. Why would I not look at her tits? I'm sorry.
Also, fucking everyone's got nudes.
Yeah, there's nudes of me online.
So it's like... When you were the first person to get nudes, you were like, "Oh my god, like you can't
when
release
the
my nudes."
happening first happening,
right? You can't release my nudes. Now everyone's got fucking nudes. Plus, there's that like deep fakes where I can put somebody's. I can't, but people can put somebody's face on anybody else's body and be like, "Yo, I got a
the faking
nude of."
Dude, she's hot and she's got a slamming body. She has fake tits. She's hot, and she put them out herself as a gangster move. And I thought it was awesome. Whoopi Goldberg like did like a response, like kind of trashing her for doing it, like. Don't send nude photos because it's on the cloud and then everybody will see it and then this and that and like Whoopi was like trashing her and I'm sitting there thinking I'm like Whoopi, you just mad nobody want to see your freaking Nat Geo titties hanging
That's what I was gonna say.
to the middle of your knees.
If she had a camera phone when she was young, you better
nobody
believe she
wants
would
to
have been
see
sending
your
somebody
nudes
nudes
that were taken on your fucking razor.
And
like,
now with after Bill Cosby, I'm like skeptical of all those kind of people. Not that like Whoopi Goldberg did anything wrong. I'm not saying that she did. I'm just when somebody is high and mighty, you're like, what? Wow,
right,
what do you got? What do you got to hide?
She's sitting there on the View, trashing her like.
And again, I'm not accusing Whoopi Goldberg of anything.
No, either am I. I'm just commenting because she came out and
people
said
in
shit.
general like that.
So like, you know, it's not like Bella Thorne was all like happy about it. Like she was crying and shit. Like she was about to get blackmailed. Someone hacked into her phone and stole her nude photos. Like that's not a good feeling.
Yeah,
that's not a good fucking feeling.
I can't imagine how that would.
You know what I mean? Like that's worse. Someone stealing your phone's like worse than breaking in your house. Like all the shit they could find or whatever, the nonsense, like all that stuff. But on the other half, Bella Thorne also just released a book recently.
Okay, a biography.
I don't know. I didn't look into it. I would never read it because I don't really give a fuck. But so once I heard she just released a book recently.
So you're thinking she did it on purpose?
I don't know.
She pulled a Kanye.
I don't know, but if I
something.
look up the New York bestsellers right now, she might be. We got fans walking by.
Screaming. Were they screaming our names? I think.
I was trying to think of the song that she sings. Nothing compares. So, if you guys would have just seen the person walk by. Anyway, so she just released the book. So I'm gonna look up. Keep talking so there's not dead silence right here. I'm going to look up New York bestsellers because it could. I'm not saying it is, but like once I heard that she released a book, I'm like, of course.
Right, because that's what people always talk about Kanye doing. Like anytime that he's coming out with a new album or something big is dropping and he wants to draw attention to it, he does something crazy in the news.
Everybody
so that
does.
You start Googling Kanye and then, oh, whoops, what's this book that came up? Oh, my God.
Bella.
I'm going to buy this book because something else that you did is interesting, so maybe there's cool stuff in this thing, too, so I'll buy it. I'll sign on to your
Bella Thorne. She's still,
Spotify competitor.
This one's even better. She wrote a book, but she doesn't know how to read or count. She's dyslexic or whatever the fucking word is.
Dyslexic?
Dyslexic. Post nudes on Twitter. All right, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and... I don't know enough, but all I know is she released a book, and she put out her nudes, and someone hacked into her shit. I think it's a gangster move that the dude was trying to blackmail her, and she was like, fuck it, these tits are fake and paid for. I got a banging body. You're not getting money off me. Get the fuck out of here. I really think that was really cool of her.
Were there any not tasteful nudes?
See, that's another thing.
Yeah.
There were no Hope Solos.
That's what I was just going to say.
So Hope Solo, you can see her fucking up into her brain. Like she took a picture inside her vagina.
And her ass. Inside her ass.
She had a Reuben special, and she just fucking snapped that picture, a straight Reuben special, and maybe
right,
one of the worst.
That's how you know Hope Solo didn't set it up.
No.
Because she would like, well, delete that one and put this one out.
She would have fucking... Dude, she took a picture of her asshole, too. Like,
right, that's
so
what I'm saying. Just a straight asshole.
Like, so up close that it actually could have been a balloon knot. Like, you would have known.
Maybe it was.
Dude, I don't know.
That's how she got
you. There was like a random hair and shit, toilet paper. So
but that's
whatever.
So that leads more credence to the idea that
it was
she
straight
did it on purpose because it was nothing but good pics.
Good
tit
like, pics.
Oh, she's actually really hot.
I was like, wow, these are pretty good pics.
Pretty tame pics.
They could have been worse. So I don't know. I'm not a private investigator, but what are you gonna do? Whoopi Goldberg.
But it
shut
also
your
works.
mouth. No one wants to see you nude.
Right.
That's
an aside.
That's a fact.
That's an aside.
That's just a fact right there.
But it also works. Like she wouldn't be the first person to do that to draw attention to her to.
Nope.
In the wrong way, in order to get something sold in the right way. You know what I mean?
It's young girls love her. If we were to, here, I'll look her up. I can't do it on the computer. It won't take so long. But
and she's just.
I'll look her up on Instagram right now. How many followers do you think she has? Exactly.
I don't really even know who she is though. So.
All right, that's fine. I don't know who a lot of people are, but I guarantee she has fucking.
Couple mil.
Take a guess how many fucking followers.
Well, the way you're saying it, like 12 million.
More.
20.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna start at. Son of a bitch.
20. She has 5,000 posts. Jesus Christ, people are out of control. People are absolutely out of control.
But also, Instagram's been around for a while.
Yeah, but still.
Like you forget.
She's only 20.
I remember. In college, I think my roommates were making a Twitter account.
Oh Christ!
And at that time, I was like, Twitter's been around for a while. Like, why would you want to do that? And that was 2011.
Right, that's already 8 years ago.
You know what I mean? So.
Dog.
I mean, I don't know how long Instagram's been out, but it's not.
What was it? Last Wednesday, we've been out of high school for 10 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Time flies.
The class of 2019 just graduated. I feel sick. All right, what else have I got in my notes? Oh,
here's that. They were born in what? 2000.
They probably weren't alive. They probably weren't alive when 9/11 happened. All right, what else I got? Here we go. Cam Newton offering. Did you hear this story?
Yeah, $1,500.
$1,500.
Yeah, tell the story first.
So Cam Newton, quarterback of the Carolina Panthers, is on a 10-hour flight from I don't know where, and goes up to a guy. He's 6'5". He's a big dude. So he goes up to another guy in first. I'm assuming they're in first class.
No, he wasn't. That's why.
No shit. Anyway, so it was all right. So then I guess it was the first guy.
He's made over $100 million in his.
So he must
NFL
have got a
career,
late ticket. Like there's no way he wouldn't be in first class when he's clearly offering a guy $1,500 for a seat. So I guess it was the first.
First class is super fucking expensive, especially on that 10-hour flight. It was probably like fucking $15,000.
I'm paying it, especially if I'm 6'5".
Right.
And
if you're Cam Newton.
And you're Cam Newton.
If I'm 6'5",
he was wearing in the
Joe
picture.
Schmo.
He was wearing a $2,000 hat anyway. So he goes up to like the first student coach. No, it had to be first class because the dude turned it down.
I don't think it was because he had extra leg space.
Right. So he must have been the first row coach then. Right. So he had like the
it was
aisle
maybe it was the emergency
an exit. So
yeah.
he goes up to this guy and he's like, "Hey man, I'll give you $1,500 cash for your seat." The guy's like, "Nah, I'm good."
Thanks. And at first, when I first heard it,
I would
was
almost
like,
done it out of respect.
when I first heard it, I was like, "Well, it is a 10-hour flight." And then I was like, "But it's $1,500."
$1,500.
And they were talking about like how
that dude might have already had $1,500. It might not be a lot to some people. To me,
right.
I'm flying on the fucking wing of the plane for $1,500.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
I'll
sit in the
bathroom.
I'll sit in the bathroom for 10 hours. I don't give a fuck. But
and like he could have been traveling with his wife. He didn't want to leave his wife for 10 hours, sitting next to this handsome young black man. He wouldn't have a wife by the end of it. How do you think Cam Newton felt?
He was probably like, "Fuck."
I don't know why. Didn't he offer it to anybody else? There was one seat with extra legroom.
I guess. I don't know.
And they just made it a big deal because it was.
I don't know. I thought it was just absolutely hilarious.
Oh, for sure.
Because I'm not the biggest Cam Newton fan, so I was like, bitch.
That's what you get.
Sit there.
Sit
there with your knees in your chest, all
sit
crunched
back
up.
in the last row.
All
Imagine
crunched
him
up.
sitting like aisle seat, getting his elbow run into by the cart with his fucking knees crunched up, like
dude.
cursing himself.
Dude, if I'm actually
he could have called the fucking owner of the Panthers and been like, "Yo, can you fly me here?" They probably would have said no, actually.
Dude, I'm looking through my notes right now, and they're absolutely horrendous. Like, some of the things I just write on the fly, like, when I think about it.
Yeah, some of the things are sometimes good. Like, I'll think
it's not they're stupid. It's just they make no sense the way I wrote it.
Oh.
One says teachers banging students. So, obviously, I seen a teacher, like some... All right, let's talk about that for a little bit. So, let's just get into teachers banging...
Smooth transition.
So, let's go into teachers banging students. Now, this is a huge double standard because guys are a complete no-no.
Right.
If a dude bangs a girl student... Now, here's the problem. All right, I'm going to get into a lot of this.
Back it up.
I'm going to get into a lot of this. So, let's start
Say
this.
one full point before you get to the next one.
All right. I'll say dudes. Now, like a lot of people, I guess this out. In school, you know the age of the girls.
Right.
So there's nothing you can do. Like, say you were at the bar. There could be an 18-year-old girl in there or a 17-year-old girl in there. A lot of girls look like 22 and shit. They wear jeans now with their asses out. They're all hot. They're put together. So that's a mistaken. As their teacher, you know how old they are.
Right. You got the date of birth in your fucking book.
There is a certain age, though, where I'm just like, it's still not that. Like, 17 doesn't bother me. And I'm saying this for a man. For a man, it's creepy. Like, you just want to, like, slit their throat and shit. So I'm just saying, for a man, you can't touch the girls. It's just, it's not good. It's just not a good look altogether. Like, the dude's going to prison, he's going to be, like, fucking hung.
Right.
Now, a woman teacher.
Right,
now, you agree with that. The dude teacher.
Probably gets fucking ass kicked in prison.
Anything a dude teacher does. Even, how about being a good-looking high school teacher as a guy? You know, because those girls are definitely flirting with you.
Right. And
it
don't matter
because you,
especially like if you age well and you're like fucking 55 and like touch a gray, they'll still be flirting with you.
Fucking silver fox. A lot of flies in here tonight, huh?
Yeah, the garage door's open.
A lot of flies. So, all right, we're not even going to touch. We're not even going to touch with
what the fuck is going on?
We're not even going to touch with the dudes because it's just it's a lose-lose. As a dude, you can't do anything.
Right.
Now, as a woman teacher.
What were you saying? You said, I don't know, sometimes you're 17, you're like,
I was going to say that
like,
with a dude, like maybe he can get a break if she's 17, but no, you're toast.
No.
Now, girls, see, this is where it gets crazy. So, you hear a girl teacher, a lot of them are hot that they show too. You see a lot of them they're hot.
Yeah.
Dude, these girl teachers like go to like the kids' parties and shit.
Ooh.
Like sometimes they go and buy them alcohol, they go to parties and for them. Like, could you imagine being in high school and Snapchatting your boys as fucking Mrs. So-and-so's blowing you? My God.
I thought you were going to say at your house for a party.
How could, well, first of all,
let
that
alone
would be cool too.
She's fucking
but like,
blowing
how
you.
could you even keep that a secret?
No way.
You're not keeping that a secret.
No way.
Now, here's, all right, so there's
telling
a couple,
people fucking immediately.
I didn't.
Especially if she's your current teacher, like she's your English teacher, you're like, yeah,
God.
I'm getting straight A's.
Dude, and then she gets jealous when you're like talking to other girls. That the 25-year-old teacher's getting jealous that you're talking to like 17, 18-year-old girls in your grade.
She's splitting the class up in the groups, and there's always all dudes in your groups.
Now,
she's like, I don't want you.
Now, as a kid student, a male student, a boy student, you're banging your teacher. You're a folk hero. You know what I mean? You're the fucking...
They're going to talk about you for centuries.
Decades. Fucking decades. You're the man. Now, So like I see a lot of this.
Because imagine us being in high school.
Well, I'm trying to imagine one of our teachers.
Well,
without saying their name, is there a teacher that you would have banged that would have been like, yeah? Because a lot of our teachers were.
But like, imagine our high school. Yes. You hearing about somebody that's now 28. You're 17. You're thinking about somebody that's now 28, and you're like, "Yo, did you ever hear about Frank Johnson? He banged Mrs. Smith in the back office, or
right.
He's got pictures of her sucking his dick at his house after a party or something
let me
like that."
get that.
But that's what I'm saying. It would happen like that.
Are they tasteful?
You're 10 years younger. If she would have to leave the school district.
Oh, she'd be fired.
No, but I'm saying even if they couldn't prove it or something like that, she would have to leave because rumors would just spread. Rumors just spread down generations.
We
were talking about the one
teacher for a teacher.
We were talking about the one teacher who is like a long-term sub, and she's real old. I don't want to say any names, but
yeah, don't.
Everyone used to say, "Oh, happy birthday" to her, and she used to get pissed.
Yeah.
Like that joke was probably 10 years old when we heard it.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And we started saying it. You know what I mean? Like, so if that little joke of saying happy birthday to this one older teacher carries along that far, because they still fucking do it 10 years later.
Look at these 3 teachers I brought up. So this is, I don't know how good Fox News is on their websites now. Everything with their website. Anyway, female teachers having sex with students, double standards, lack of awareness. First of all, the 3 teachers that they show these are their mug shots and they still look hot.
Right.
Like, okay, we're good to go. 34-year-old. See, this is where, all right, this is what I was going to say. This is where I was going to say. So, as a dude, you're a fucking folk hero. But you hear the girls, teachers banging the male students. They're going to make sense. Dudes, blah, blah, blah. Kid's probably got a hammer. He's an athlete and shit. This is where it starts getting weird.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter the teacher's age. Say she's 30, 28, 29. This right here says she slept with a
Say she's fucking 20, fresh out of college, 22.
22, that's fine. Right.
And you're like, 22 and 18.
How's that
you're
a
like,
problem? All right, she's 22
like,
and 18. Like, that's nothing. That's 30 and 28 when you're older. 31 and 28.
Right.
All right, so this is when it starts getting weird. Because if a dude was to do this, they'd burn they light him on fire at the stake. Salem Witch Projects would be back, or whatever the fuck it was called. This right here, well, that's too old. I'll even say something. 27-year-old teacher, 25-year-old teacher slept with a 12-year-old boy.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of these stories.
Some of them, well, that's what I was going to say. Like 17, 18, you can.
A lot of them are middle school kids, and that's when it's like, whoa, that's
12. That's disgusting.
That's too far. Like it's
12 and 13-year-old boys.
You're a kid toucher at that point.
That's wild. So what in the girl? What wires? Because for some reason, I'm a man. It doesn't cross my mind with little girls, and when I think of dudes touching little girls, I want to fucking kill them.
Right.
Now, when I hear dudes that want to touch little boys, I'm like, you're just a sick fuck, and I definitely want to kill you.
Right.
Now, when girls want to touch little boys, for some reason, I just don't fathom it.
Right.
It doesn't make sense.
Why would they want to?
I'm like, why? What in their? So how does that happen?
But
Where's
it's probably the same setup as like old men touching little boys. Like they were probably
that bothers me a lot.
They were probably molested when they like.
It has to be.
She was probably molested when she was young. It just
right.
The person was never caught, or she never told anybody, or you know.
That's what they say. A lot of molesters were molested when they were younger. But like, how does that? Where does the attraction? It is so
right. It had to start somewhere, right? Somebody had to.
I mean, obviously, I don't know. I'm a psychiatrist, whatever the fuck it would dive deep into someone's brain. I don't know how,
right.
But like,
yeah. What was that? What was that? Documentary?
Mindhunters. Oh, that was a show on Netflix. I love that show.
Yeah. It's coming back, I think.
Oh,
fucking like September.
Abducted in Plain Sight?
Abducted in
Plain Sight. When the dad was
sight.
sucking off fucking Rico Suave?
Yeah.
The cult
and the
leader?
mom did it too. She was like, I want part of this.
Yeah. That dude just had the magic stick. Everybody wanted a fucking piece of him.
But that's what I'm saying. It's along the same lines.
I know, but it just isn't it just a little bit different when the girl
no,
wants to go to a younger boy?
It's definitely different. It's definitely different. I didn't mean
because I can just be like,
oh,
a creepy
that.
old guy with the kids or with the young boys and young girls. I'm like, no, you're just a creepy old piece of shit that need to be fucking put down.
Right, and you just assume that it's always men touching little girls or men touching little boys, but there's women doing it too.
A hot 25-year-old sleeping with a 13 or or 14-year-old boy. Now, 14's 8th grade. You thought you knew what you were doing. You didn't know shit. But, like...
Fuck no.
I mean, in 8th grade, I probably wouldn't tell anybody. I still think it was probably pretty fucking cool.
You
but
wouldn't tell
7th
anybody
and 6th grade?
You wouldn't
no.
tell anybody what?
No, like, I would tell my friends. Like, I would think it's cool probably still then. 8th grade,
yeah.
you were in the chicks and shit.
Right.
But 6th grade, when you're 12, ooh, it's a stretch. I kissed my first girl in 12th grade. I'm definitely not ready for a fucking grown woman to start touching my little meat.
You kissed your first kiss was what grade?
6th grade.
Oh, I thought you said 12th for some reason.
No.
I was like,
grade.
Congrats, man.
No, I meant I was 12.
Oh,
6th grade.
Oh. But I love the wording of it too. 34-year-old married mother of 4 blah, 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 was caught romping with one of her 12-year-old male students.
Now, is that...
They couldn't say fucking.
Dude, what if she has kids at her 12?
She might. She's 34. If she had a kid at 22, it's not unfathomable.
Right.
You like that word?
Well,
How you like that word?
No, it's good. I couldn't spell it.
Unfathomable. I'll say it one more time.
Anyway, that was just a... I don't know where to go with that one, but like it was in my notes. I was like, that's just... Oof, I don't know. There's a lot that goes into that, but I mean...
Yeah,
high school-wise, you're a folk hero. If like you start touching people that are in 8th grade down, you got a fucking condition.
Like I said,
like
you don't picture women as the molesters, but they can be too. Like, I think that's part of the problem. Just like
Double standard,
yeah, and the same thing with...
You never feel, unfortunately, and this isn't me, sorry girls listening, but like, you never feel threatened by a woman, like as a man.
That's what I was going to say.
As a girl, you could be 20, 12, 30, you're scared of men. Unfortunately, they can do, like, as a boy, like, once you're in high school, like, I wouldn't be, as a girl teacher wouldn't threaten me. Like, I'd be like, I'd fuck you up if I have to right now. Like,
that's what I was going to say. So people, you know, they poo-poo the idea of females raping a guy too.
Yeah.
Like the date rape still exists for men.
Yeah.
But people are like, why don't you just push her off, or you got laid or whatever, dude. Like, that shit still exists.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just, I don't know. That was in my notes and we brought it up. It's weird. This one's gonna be just funny and quick. There's this dude. I'm not gonna say where. Oh my god. Hold on. Side note. So I put up that video about dense balls, like on it,
right,
and which is hilarious. And as I put that up, and I swear to God, an hour later, I'm not gonna say like the street. I wanted to take a video. It was such a coincidence, but I couldn't. I was at work. I was like, this is probably someone's grandpa. I can't. It wouldn't be smart for me to do something like this at work. So we're rolling up on this one. We're rolling up on this one corner, and we're at a red light. And there's this dude cutting his grass, and he's bent over, old guy, 70, 75. He might even be approaching 80. And he's flexible as fuck. He's bending over.
And what's he wearing? A robe or?
Well, he was wearing these high white shorts, like 1980s hot wet summer shorts.
Okay, John Stockton.
So like I pointed and made a joke. I was like, "Oh shit, here we go!" Like just like kidding around, like, "Oh, nice." Right. Dude, he bent over. This motherfucker had a set of grapefruits hanging. I mean, hard. Dude.
I can feel it down in my plums.
I'm talking, they were loaded. Loaded.
Ready to go.
Dude, we lost it. These Johns were swinging. Oh, my God. Right, and it just so, I was like
a full-grown, non-neutered dog just fucking swinging balls.
It would have been perfect for it to be like, oh, those are dense balls. But, like, obviously, I couldn't.
Yeah.
I can't do it at work.
People have been like, that's my neighbor's house.
Yeah, or it's my grandpa, or it's my blah, blah. Like, I can't do that to somebody. I don't know who he is. That's why I'm trying to keep it, like, vague just for anyone around here. I don't
right, but what street was it?
Dude, we fucking lost our shit. Dude, these fucking... It looked like a grandfather clock, and them Johns were just boom, boom, boom. I was like...
Swinging leg to leg.
Damn! Dude, we were laughing so hard, our windows were up, I think he turned around and heard us.
Did he just bend over, balls fell out, and then he stood back up? Or like were the balls hanging?
No, he was bending over and just picking shit up and didn't get back up. And then they were...
Old people don't give a fuck, dude.
I was sitting there, I was like, if he was to sit down and take a shit, his balls would be in the water. So obviously he shits with his balls.
Puts them over his
are on
leg.
the outside of the toilet seat. So he sits down and shits. So if he has to piss,
he throws his balls over his left leg.
Dude, he might have to, like, all right, so when you sit down as a guy, you sit down and take a shit, you piss between your legs into the toilet. Unless it's the morning because you have a raging boner. I point it to the sides and I piss in the shower. So
it's all right. The walls are tile. It bounces off.
It's all good. Now, if you're sitting and your balls are that big, they would be in the water. flush. They're getting sucked down. So
he ain't got balls no more.
He had to pull his balls out of the toilet. So that means if he has to piss, he's either got to finagle his way the dick around the balls, the piss in between, or like he pees on his ball, or maybe he sits with a jug and pees in the jug while he's sitting down. I don't know how he does it.
It puddles up on his balls as he pees.
Dude, just running.
And then when he gets up, he just sits up. The balls drop, the pee falls off, and he wipes. And he's ready to go.
Anyway.
But old people don't give a fuck. They do the same thing in the gym.
They don't give a shit. Dude, that's the joke I made too. When the dude just throws the towel on his shoulder and just walks around with his cock and his twig and berries swinging.
Right.
Hey, pal.
I brought it up one day to Kate when we were leaving, and she was like, "Oh, stop being a pussy." And I was like, "It's not the fact that like, oh, put away your penis, sir."
No.
But it's like, it's the fact that
what's the point?
You're not even trying.
What's the fucking point?
Like, if I get out of the shower at the gym, like I have a towel around me, and I'll pull my boxers up. Like, it's not. I'm not scared for somebody to see my dick or ass.
Right, or you face the lockers, and then they see your ass, whatever.
It's the people that are standing there with the towel on the floor, on their phone, leaning up against the locker.
Blow drying their balls.
That's disrespect.
Don't blow dry your balls in front of me, bro.
Yeah, that's disrespect.
Don't do it. Don't blow dry your balls. First of all, don't have hair that fucking long on your fucking dick and balls that you're fucking blowing them and fucking combing your fucking dick hair, dog. All right? Everybody has the internet.
The water's spraying everywhere.
Come on, dude. Stop shampooing your pubes. Anyway, so what I was going to say, there's this dude I see at work. Don't know his name. He walks around one of the tracks I work at. So it's like a running track, whatever. And you could tell he's like a former 1980s like bodybuilder. And
okay.
When I cut and I'm sitting there cutting this park and I see him, I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. Like that dude is awesome.
Like an Arnold Schwarzenegger type.
Oh, dude, but he's the coolest shit. He has like a fucking gold chain, pinky ring, gold watch, but he's walking like not power walking, but he just walks like he's putting a fucking dent in the asphalt, like
gold pinky ring.
Yeah. Dong. So he's Italian. Dong.
Does he wear like tight sweaters when he walks?
No, he actually wears like a baggy shirt because you can tell he's so jacked. But he wears like the short shorts, fucking chiseled legs. Like you could tell he was a bodybuilder when he was younger, but like it was definitely in the 80s because he still has like combs his hair back like kind of cool and shit like that. Wears sunglasses, and every time I see him, he always gives me like a cool. He doesn't just wave because he waves to people. You see the same people at the park here all the time. He doesn't wave, but like I seen him today, he was just like gave me like a
tough gun.
I was like, fuck,
a fucking
yeah,
rock
dude.
on.
I was sitting there, I was like, fuck yeah, I want to be like that when I'm 50. Just fucking. That's all my stories. Like real short, just a fucking powerhouse. Old.
See if you can get him on the podcast.
Yeah, definitely not. So what else is on?
Did you see the video of, speaking of old bodybuilders? Did you see the video of Arnold Schwarzenegger getting drop kicked in the back?
Come on, man. How dare you?
And I saw
the governor.
You see it from the first angle, and you're like, oh shit! Like he kind of fucked him up. And it's like he's like, what is he? 80 now? How fucking old is?
He's probably like 72. Still jacked.
Pull it up.
Yep.
Try to spell that last name. Don't use Google to help you out.
You know how famous Arnold is? You only had to put in Arnold.
Oh, I'm sure. But he got drop kicked in the back, and like I said, the first angle that I saw in the video is the guy from in front of him. So like Arnold goes flying by the camera, and I was like, oh shit! Like probably knocked him down, whatever. You see the other angle, and he gets hit like 2 steps.
Yeah, the dude barely moves.
And he's like, even Arnold turns around, and he's like, what was that?
Yeah, what was that stupid shit? And his bodyguard, like, how dare you try to hit the Terminator like that? He's a legend.
That's 10th Street Gym down the shore. You ever been in there? 10th Street Gym in Wildwood? I
feel like we went to the one in Ocean City, Maryland, didn't we?
I don't know. Probably wasn't me. But 10th Street Gym has a picture of all the bodybuilders around the top. Okay. Arnold's on there.
Yeah, I mean, duh. What else I got?
You were supposed to look up how old he is. We were just looking
shit.
We're just looking at bodybuilding pictures.
I'm over here in awe at his physique. Fucking
even now, still looks good.
Fucking right, he still looks good.
Arnold, 71.
Okay.
It's not bad.
No, it's not bad at all. Fuck yeah, Arnold. Barely speak English. Bodybuilder. Became the biggest movie star ever. Then became a governor.
I don't even think he made any money as a governor. I think he like donated it all back or whatever.
Yeah, what?
38th governor.
Look at that legend. Unfucking
8 years. Oh, was that 2 terms? I don't know how governors work.
Yeah,
it's still 2 terms. It's still terms.
Good
right?
for him. You know what I had at work the other day?
What'd you have at work the other day?
An active shooter class.
Ooh,
how you feel about that? I mean,
so what did that consist of? If there's an active, see, the problem is you work outside,
Right.
So if there's like
we
an
have a
active
building
shooter,
and shit, so
right? Okay, so it was based on the building because if
based
there's
on
an
the
active shooter outside,
they say
you would
outside. They just give
leave.
you a couple things, but yeah, it's based on the building because the mechanics never leave the building. We have a secretary. We have people in the office, like
right who work there.
superintendent and shit. Like the secretary would be screwed. They come in and just shoot her like nothing happened. So our local police department came in and they gave us like a rundown, and it's kind of fucked up that like you need to do that nowadays. And I don't blame them. I mean, you never know when it's going to happen.
Yeah, they're trying to make sure you're prepared.
So like our local police department, like they're going to add some stuff to our building to like the secretary,
locks and cameras and shit like that.
We have cameras everywhere. That's that. So, but like,
do you need to get like buzzed in?
Well, yeah, you need to get buzzed in if you're into the actual like yard. But
Okay,
like
so
once
that
you're
helps.
buzzed in, you can walk into any door you want.
Oh, okay.
Like none of them are locked.
Okay, so is that part of it? They gonna lock
Yeah, like
those?
they're gonna get like locks, and like she needs a bulletproof window to like deal with people and like stuff like that. But it's just like crazy.
they could still get in.
They can get in.
And be like,
I mean,
yeah,
we'll find out
I'm
who killed her
resident
because
like,
there's
yeah.
cameras. But like, or find out who killed anybody. But like, so the active shooter, they were just telling you just like run.
Yeah, you ain't supposed to be.
No, you're not supposed to hide in the corner and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're in a room, you gotta like barricade the doors and all this shit. And it's all common sense, really. I mean, throw something at them, like.
Right. And there's an order of operations, isn't there? It's like
they get. I mean,
first it's like-
you know me. I was paying full attention. So there was like some like acronym where they like broke it down like
25 minutes in. Ed was like, hold on. What's your name again?
yeah, I was all really into it. So I'm like, I am definitely top 2 fastest guys here. So one of you,
I'm good.
One of y'all getting shot.
I'm good.
But so like there was an acronym like this, it's
Right.
run, cover, shit, fuck, whatever it is. But I was just sitting there. I was
Right,
like,
'cause
damn,
the
I can't
last
believe
step-
that we're
the
doing
last-
an active shooter class right now.
Isn't the last step like run at them?
That's what they say. They say try to take them down. I'm like, easier said than done, obviously. But I
Right.
mean,
it makes sense why they say that, but also
but he said that like because they're going to schools and shit too, like telling kids like I think it's like I don't know like 6th grade or up, like yo, try to do what you can do. Like I mean they're
Right.
only. I mean if you have a machine gun, kids are just going to get mowed down, unfortunately. But like they were saying, like in Sandy Hook, like all the kids were like hiding in the corner. That's 15 kids just sitting there in the corner. I mean, you don't even have to move your gun, and it's just
right.
unfortunately, which
Just
is a
spray
horrible,
into the crowd.
horrible thing to think about. Like people going into churches and shot people and shit. So
Oh yeah. But that's what I'm saying. If you run at them,
government buildings, this
you can
that.
catch them off
They
guard.
say someone
and,
shot a mayor in a town because like his brush wasn't picked up or something goofy. Like
Well, tell them to pick up his broken brush.
Jesus Christ, like the people are nuts because that's what they're saying. Like people don't know. Like some people are just having really bad days. They just had a divorce. They found out their wife's cheating on them. They have stage 4 cancer. They
Right.
don't
And
know
one
what people
thing
are going-
pushes them over the top.
Oh my God! You ever see the movie Falling Down with Michael Douglas?
I don't think so.
Ah. So I seen a fucking meme. Sam Tripoli, who's like a conspiracy comic, him and Eddie Bravo. He put up a meme that said, he said, when I was a kid watching Falling Down, I didn't get it. He said, now at the age of whatever, 40, he said, I totally fucking get it. So Falling Down is this Michael Douglas, and he's just a regular 9-to-5 guy, and one day he's sitting in traffic and finally reaches his breaking point. So, like, he's in traffic. He's a wild motherfucker. So he's whatever, sitting there, and somebody cuts him off, or they're in traffic, and he just fucking kills one dude. And then the rest of the movie is just him on, like, a rampage, just, like...
That's another reason why you can't fuck with people today. Like, not only the whole UFC aspect
there's
where,
dudes that break your arms and
like,
neck and shit.
there's a 4'8" dude who can bend you in fucking half.
Who has a fucking machine gun like that in his hand? What are you
But
gonna do?
also that. That's what I'm saying. I was starting with the UFC aspect. You're gonna jump ahead.
Look at that shit. Oh yeah, there's dudes who will fuck you up. Or you don't even know. What if they pull out a hammer and crack in your...
Right, and they're just a fucking
we go.
sociopath.
Watching Falling Down as a teen. The fuck is this guy's problem? Watching Falling Down as an adult. Oh, I get it now.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
don't know. You never know what's gonna do to what you're gonna do to set somebody off, and they have a fucking gun in their backseat or a fucking knife. You don't even say they walk up to you and fucking.
Well, fortunately for me, because of work, I always have a knife on me. Not that I'm not gonna fucking stop bullets like goddamn Neo
Keanu
and-
Reeves.
Yeah, Neo and shit. But like, if it ever came down, though, at least I have some type of protection.
You could
But,
get
like, on the-
fast at it though. You
Huh?
could get fast at the knife. I could come back here and shoot a couple rounds at you. See
Shoot
if
some
you can,
BBs at me and see if I can catch
see if
them.
you can get it.
Start
Until
with
you
my
get it.
legs in case. Yeah. So I
He's
mean,
gonna come back with welts on his legs and
yeah.
shit.
So I had an active.
No,
shooter.
we tried. We tried.
I had an active shooter class. I thought that was interesting. I was like, wow, this is where we're at now.
What were the outside tips?
Run.
Right.
Well, I mean, what
They're
do you
like
do?
they're outside. Run.
Run.
There's nothing that's gonna stop them. Stop you.
Just run.
Just run.
Because the cops are telling us, like, we get there in this amount of time. Whatever. If you take somebody down.
Right, and that's the benefit of we're in small towns. The cops will get there in a minute and a half.
Yeah, they'll get there fast.
You're in the south side of Chicago, they're going to get fucking 25
hold
minutes.
Hold them down until anybody gets there, just whatever. But I'm sitting there, I'm just like, dude, I'm going to beat the fuck.
I was just going to say that.
I am literally going to fucking, could you imagine, not being the whole hero fact, but just.
Your life's dependent on it.
Well, yeah, your life's dependent on it.
If you tackle him to the ground and the gun like slides off like they do in movies, if he gets back that gun, guess what he's going to do? Shoot you.
But like just thinking in your head, you have the free range to do whatever you want to this guy.
You could kill him.
Yeah, you can kill him in self-defense. Could you imagine just sitting there just literally ripping his ear off his fucking head?
Biting it off. Tyson.
So like when I worked at the liquor store, like I got in a wrestling match with like shoplifters and shit. And you sit there and you have to hold them down until the time. I mean, by the time you get them down, there's like, all right, like he's not sitting there trying to, you know what I mean?
So, hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go back to one of those stores because where they just sending you out, Evan, front door, and you got
Chopper,
fucking
sick balls.
You come around the corner.
No,
and, no!
No, so I actually caught him physically putting the bottle in his jacket.
And you just speared him.
Yeah, pretty much.
The edge.
So like I was at the register. So they have the registers at the doors where you leave. So you have to pay and then leave the doors.
Right. That makes
So
sense.
He literally went up to in the one aisle. He was in the store like a couple times already. He put the thing in his.
A couple times that day.
Yeah. Not that
Although
liquor
stores,
because I remembered it's the same people all the time.
I was gonna say liquor stores are.
So he put the bottle in his jacket and he just started like walking. And I'm at the register. Like I was like it was a Saturday night, so like I'm helping bag because like you put shit in boxes. It's busy.
And it's crowded.
So there's a line and he just walks right by the line and starts going. I was like, oh, where are you going? Like, first of all, there's a huge bulge coming out of his jacket.
You ain't hiding it.
And he's like speed walking right there. He's like, what? And as he's walking by me, I put my hand out to like stop him. I'm like, yo, where are you going? Like just skipping the line. I'm like, why would you just like run by like this? And he was like a dirty, just trashy white guy. As I put my hand out to stop him from going by me, I literally grabbed the bottle. Like the bottle, my hand goes like completely around the bottle in his jacket. I was like, oh, God. So I don't know what I was, 19. He was like, dude, I don't got no. I'm like, dude. And literally everything just kicks in. Like you have no.
Right.
Like,
you don't think about it.
No. So like I literally grab him by his jacket and like I slam him up against like the glass, like the fucking thing. I just slam him. He's like, what are you doing? And he like tries to like hit my arms as I'm like. Both arms are on his jacket, and I slam him into the glass, and he goes to, like, hammer my arms down. So, like, he hits my arms down, and, like, he starts heading from the door, and I just fucking, whoop, there it is, and just dump him on his fucking head.
Double leg that motherfucker.
I just dump him right on his fucking head and just smash him. I mean, I'm a little bit of a bigger guy, and he was smaller, so it was kind of easy. Just kind of, it probably happened all in 9 seconds.
Right.
11 seconds. And once I dumped him on his head, he wasn't going anywhere. And then the one manager who was in the back came up because the girl
strolling up. No, take
girl
your
at the
time,
register-
Rick. Don't worry about it. I got him.
Well, his name was Billy. Billy Dozer. He's a fat guy. Well, bigger guy.
Chunky.
Nice guy. But Colleen, the girl
Big
Colleen
bone.
was at the counter. She's like, Billy! like screaming his name. So I'm sitting there laying on him, and then finally Billy comes over, and then Billy, I don't know, had like fucking 80 pounds on him. And he has his knee on his back. I was like, all right, let me just get up. Billy, you got this, right? So I'm just standing there. And
I'm going to go back to
blood's
bagging.
pumping and shit, but like, I happened to. I mean, that was probably the only wrestling match I actually like got into. But like, you catch people shoplifting all the time.
What'd you do right after that? Where you're like, I'm gonna take my break. I'm gonna go in the back at the speed bag for a little bit. I'm fired up right now.
You literally are. You are just like fired
Oh, for
up.
sure.
Yeah. I think I went in the back. Hopefully, the dude who owned the store didn't. Well, it doesn't matter. I didn't say what the store was. I'm pretty sure I just went in the back and like pounded a fucking like Coors Light or something real quick. I was like stone cold it and just smashed the beer.
Smash them together and fucking.
Smashed the beer and it was just like what? Smashed the beer. I was like, whoo.
Anybody else?
I think that,
Anybody else?
who else wants some? Oh shit.
That's awesome. So
it was eventful.
Did
I mean,
anything?
we were kind of in the not the nicest area too. So there was always shoplifters and shit. That was like I would call people and shit like that. For most of the time, you just let the people take it, and then the cops.
Right.
They know who the fucking people are. They're all from town. There's cameras. Like I'm not gonna get stabbed for fucking $10 an hour.
Right.
But
and
for some reason, that dude went by me, and I caught the bottle in my hand.
Like
and
this game time.
And it was just like
Ding, round one.
Here we go. Rough and
Ding.
rowdy.
ding. But did like the store do anything to you? Like, cause you tackled a customer. I mean,
no, I didn't get in trouble.
And that's what I was gonna say in terms of
no, we don't get in trouble.
Like
the cops don't give a fuck.
Yeah, he was stealing something, but like you said, a lot of times
if I would have
like,
paralyzed him, I'm sure it could have been a fucking problem. But
yeah, because
everything's on camera. It's not
he's
like I was sitting there fucking socking him in his head like he was resisting. Like I wasn't overly aggressive.
With his own hand though.
Yeah, like
Stop
I literally slammed him. He was a smaller dude, and I'm a little bit bigger, and I just fucking crushed him. The fucking body slamming.
Were they like, hey, next time that happens, maybe don't tackle the guy and just let him go?
No, the cops didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing's going to happen. I mean, it's not like the dude did fucking jail time. Goes to jail for, and then, what, one night, and then he's banned from the store?
A night, more like a fucking
What are you going to
hour.
arrest the homeless guy down the street for stealing? Like, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah. They ain't going to send him to jail for... Actually, if it was a local town, if they had a jail... I don't know if they have. I think a lot of them don't have
they have,
jails.
like, the holding things in the...
That's what I mean. They'll just put him in like a fucking holding cell and not have to worry about it. You got any more quick ones, or are we going to break?
Hold on. Fast and Furious 1's anniversary was last week. R.I.P. Paul Walker. I think it came out 2001, so what's that, 20 years? 18 years?
18 years.
Shout out to Fast and Furious 1. Changed my life.
Yeah, the early ones were good.
Fast and Furious 1 was so fucking good.
The earlier ones were good, and I still remember...
It literally just says Fast and Furious in my notes, and I know exactly what it was.
I still
Paul
remember...
Walker's a fucking beautiful man.
College, the icebreakers. Like, where they're like, say your name, your major, and something interesting about yourself, or something like that.
See, that math, I had to do it on my calculator.
In this class, it was say your name.
And your favorite movie?
One of them was favorite movie. And people are going, they're all like serious movies. They're all like
Schindler's List.
Yeah, they're all like, and they're all like top movies where you're like, you can't.
Of course, it's a good movie. Yeah.
You can't argue it. And it got to this one fucking dork in the back, and he was like, favorite movie, Fast and Furious 2. And I was like, and my head turned like real slow, like, what?
First of all, you said it wrong. It's Too Fast, Too Furious.
Yeah.
So
well, he might have said that. He might have said that, and then the second Fast and Furious.
At least I can give you credit. If you would have said Tokyo Drift, we fighting.
Right.
Now we fighting.
But nobody hates or nobody likes icebreakers. They're fucking terrible.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
But I'm sitting there like with my hand in my head in my hands, tired.
It's okay. You can have your hand on your dick during class. I know what you're gonna say.
Not wanting to do this fucking icebreaker, trying to think of a movie or whatever else that I had to think of. And he's like a couple rows behind me, and he's like, Too Fast, Too Furious. And just slowly my head turned like, what?
Dude, so we were 10 when this came out, 11. Look how these cars were so fucking... This is the reason I was playing Need for Speed Underground and shit.
Yeah.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking we get a framed picture in here of Paul Walker.
Okay.
With his car. Like, tell me that would not be a fantastic photo. Maybe the whole crew. Let's get the whole crew. Do they have the whole crew with all their cars?
Well, they probably got like... Yeah, I was going to say, they probably got like promo...
Right there. This picture. Fast and Furious 1. Jesse... All of them. Oh, tell me that would not be a great
Vin Diesel
photo.
looking good.
He was the bad guy. I don't know why he's in this photo, but Vin Diesel.
I wish they could
nice
see the
lean.
cars better.
Michelle Rodriguez.
The cars are like this
car's real
the
hot.
best part about it.
Dude, we're getting a Fast and Furious picture put in here. Well, we have no choice.
I'm down. We'll see if we can get Paul Walker to sign it, or...
R.I.P. Never forget. All right, we can do a little pee break.
Yeah. Thank God.
Thank God, you said? Oh, shit. Why, was I boring you with my current events?
No, I was into it.
You just had to pee.
No, I actually don't have to pee at all. But...
Well, then why are you saying thank God, dude?
I don't know, dude. I was
going to talk about girls' fucking World Cup.
Oh, shit.
NBA free agency's coming up. It's all good.
Well, I feel like we'll get into NBA free agency when it actually happens.
If the processing podcast ever comes on.
There you go. Uh-oh.
What's up, boys?
We'll cut that and send it home.
Yeah. All right, guys. Ice cold.
Let's go.
All right, well, that was a very long break, Ryan.
They don't know that, though.
Very long break.
It was only a couple seconds for them.
All right, so we noticed the heat is torn up, and unfortunately, we're probably going to have the garage door closed at some point. It's a lot of bugs. A lot of foot
Yeah,
traffic.
because we're doing this at night, so
I didn't put up the no wave zone on the streets where the wave runners got to stop. A lot of foot traffic.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
But everyone's been waving. That's been going by.
Hey, we're getting love.
They're nice people.
We haven't been shot by a paintball gun yet.
It's nice down.
Could you imagine someone starts hitting us with a paintball gun? Oh, shit. All right, before we get into the top 5, because that's going to take us probably an hour because it's pretty good. You have a couple...
I got a couple things.
You got a couple things to get off your hairy chest? Or?
No. Just little things kind of like yours in the first
Go
half.
ahead. Let's see what you got.
First off, I'm getting married.
You sure are.
You're already married.
I am.
You got a kid on the way.
Oh, boy.
So let me put that out there first
Yeah.
to not confuse anybody.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of dating game type shows on. Bachelorette and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, so embarrassing.
Would you ever go on one?
Absolutely not.
I don't think it's a fucking question that I wouldn't.
Oh, no. All right. So, all right, here's this thing. All right, if I was single, I would go on. If I was single.
No,
See,
yeah,
it's hard,
that's what I'm saying.
Right,
like I
obviously,
clarified
I'm not gonna
it.
go on there with a fucking wife and shit. But
Right, I clarified it that
so
we're
you
not
go on.
going
All right,
on
so
regardless.
all right, so you go on the Bachelor. I could go on there and try to promote this podcast. Really?
You could.
Because DJ Paulie D, and Vinny have their show. Like you could go on there and just try to promote your own shit.
That's a good point. You could use it
So
as
I
a
could
jumping
use that.
off
So
point.
I could put that in our headline and be like, "Oh, podcast former Bachelor contestant Evan."
Right. That's a good
And right there,
jumping
you
off
might
point.
get fucking 5,000 followers.
Right. Right, because we were talking about followers earlier, and like to get springboarded by somebody that's, famous in some way, some shape
Right.
or form, whether they're, a famous comedian, a famous actor, or have been on The Bachelor.
I mean, that's something. I mean, I wouldn't want to be known to be on The Bachelor.
That's what I'm saying.
That's not my style.
I think that's
I'd
part of
rather
the problem
be,
for me.
If I had the choice, I'd rather be on The Real World and get my following from there because at least it's me being me.
Right.
And then I'm on The Real World, and then I had the chance to be on The Challenge, which is one of my favorite shows, which I feel I would be really good at.
Because I feel like I would be out super quick because I'd be like...
Shout out to Marie, who follows us. I'm waiting for you to come on the podcast.
I feel like being on a show like The Bachelorette, right? The Bachelorette is...
Oh,
yeah.
man.
I feel like being on a show like The Bachelorette, like, you can't be yourself. You're going to go home right away. Because she's like, I got 20 guys to choose from. You're just going to be a dick, and you're drinking... Why are you drinking beers? You're supposed to be flirting with me. I thought you were talking to somebody else. What? Let me know. Give me like a 5-minute
it's
warning.
Embarrassing.
Or
I
something
mean,
like that.
do you ever look over
I
at
ain't got
that
time
couple
for it.
in the bar and they're just sitting there making out? Like, I'm not gonna kiss people in front of millions. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so weird.
Well, I
Especially
think
kiss somebody that you don't like. If you ask me in Chelsea, I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll make out in Chelsea in front of fucking Times Square right now, because I know Chelsea. I love Chelsea. I'm married to Chelsea. She's had my baby. Not some girl I met a fucking month ago.
But not only that, like...
that I'm competing with. She just made out with 3 dudes
Today.
Right.
Today. And I think it's more with me, like, the bending over backwards to have to... You're trying to, like, cut off... no, don't talk to him. What's up, babe?
Dating's a slow-paced game.
Yeah.
I'm not going to rush my feelings.
I would lose because I'd be sitting in the corner, like, drinking beers and then be like, am I up? All right, yeah. And I'm going to kill it when I'm on. Don't get me wrong.
How about this?
We'll fucking murder it.
How about this? You're on the
I'm
show.
fucking slay.
You're on the show and you find, I don't know how many dudes there are, 20 dudes, and you find and you find like another dude that you're like, oh, I connected with this dude. He's another fucking
You're
bro. And
like,
all of a
"What's up
sudden
here,
it's just
dude?"
like it's a party and you're just getting fucking shit hammered. You're like,
Yo,
fuck this bitch.
She's
got a big ass toe anyway. I don't give a
She's
fuck.
making out with that other dude. You want to go grab a beer?
You say something fucking
Let's
random.
hit the bar. And the camera's not on.
Did you see her pinky toe? It's so fucking weird, dude. Fuck that. I can't take her home to Christmas.
Yeah, I would never be able to do it. I mean, I think you have to have a different personality to do it.
People
you know what I mean?
go
Like,
on,
you have to be super fucking fake.
the people who go in there, they're like, oh, I want to be an actor. I started in a pilot that never got picked up. You're like, okay, guy, I'll see you.
But that's what I mean. Like, you have to be... You have to fit that mold and fit it hard. Like, because what happens if I start talking to the girl and I don't like her? Now I have to just straight pretend and, oh, my God, you're so interesting. You're so cool. No, you ain't.
See, I'm not good at pretending.
That's what I'm saying. I got shit to do.
That's why we do a podcast, because I can be honest, and there's nobody to... I'm not here trying to win a... No, we just talk shit. We just say what's on our... Are we right? No. Do I offend people? Sometimes, yeah. I don't mean anything by it. Like, I like everybody. I don't care if you're white, black, orange, freaking whatever. Like, You say some shit. You say whatever comes to your mind. Like, it's... I don't want to be on a show on ABC and they're going to be editing shit you say. I curse too much to be on fucking cable anyway. So, you know what I mean? So, they're going to edit this. They're going to cut this and edit this so it looks like I was, like, starting shit with this guy. But really, we were talking sports. So, like, you see us in the background moving our hands. And I was like, fuck now. Boston Red Sox can suck my balls. Like, fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, they can edit anything on TV.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to be a part of anything that's gonna portray me not being myself. That's what the best part of being.
Okay, I like that.
You know what I mean? So, like, people go on the Tonight Show. Yeah, you get a lot of views, but, like, are you really being yourself? No.
Some people are.
You do morning radio to sell fucking tickets to be a comedian, but, like, come on, man. Like, let me just...
Right, and you can
my fans are coming to see me because I have a podcast.
You can see when some people are, and I feel like you respect it a little bit more. You're like, that dude's not really caring about what the host is saying about this, or like that's good. I like that.
Yeah.
But then you see some people and they're like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah. Oh shit. All right. The answer is no. I would not.
Yeah.
But I would go in the real world when I was younger.
All right. One more question that's kind of a two-parter.
Let's do it, baby.
Could you survive? Two options. One, a zombie apocalypse.
Okay.
Two, just something that some other kind of...
Fuck!
Maybe disease, some other kind of
God damn
thing where
it.
you have to go out into the wild.
God fucking damn it, Ryan.
What?
There's something I literally wanted this whole show to be about, and I completely fucked it up.
Was it this topic?
Something like it. So I started...
All right, let's not go into it, and we'll go into the top 5, and we'll do it next show or something.
Well, all right, we'll save it for the next show. There's a new show I started on Netflix called The Society, and I absolutely fucking love it.
Is that the one? What's the symbol for it?
It's just an S, like Society.
Okay.
Dude, it literally... I love the entire breakdown in the situation. Oh, my God. How did I not fucking think of this?
We'll write it down now so that we remember it for next week.
That's literally all I wanted to talk about. I fucking love this show. The show isn't the best show, but I love the scenario more than anything.
Right, the premise of the show.
Oh my God, it's so fucking good.
Speaking of shows, The Office is losing, or the Netflix is losing The Office, huh?
Too expensive, or?
I think from what I didn't do extensive research into it, but from what I saw, NBC's just trying to get their own streaming shit going.
Everybody might as well have their own streaming shit. I'm gonna cancel Comcast.
I'm gonna cancel them all. Like I don't want everyone's fucking. I'm not paying $10 to NBC, to ABC, to CBS, to Fox, to ESPN.
The only thing that's important is
Netflix,
really live
to
sports.
Amazon,
other than that, because I'm gonna cancel Comcast, I'm gonna do Hulu, I think, and just. I don't even
Hulu
watch
has
TV.
live sports.
I know.
No, I got fucking PlayStation View, dude. It's like $50.
Yeah.
Not even $45 or something like that.
I don't watch any shows. Chelsea watches The Hills and shit, but dude, The Society's so fucking good.
Yeah,
anyway, what was the show you were gonna say?
Go on one of those. Well, I wasn't gonna say a show. I was just.
Yeah, give me the scenarios. All right, we'll put a pin in this.
I don't want to get it. Oh, okay.
No, I'm gonna answer your two questions. We'll put the Society in next episode.
Oh, okay. So that's Society is somewhat related, but not enough that will.
No.
Okay. All right. So
because I could talk about it for an hour.
The first one, I guess we can just kind of go into like the zombie apocalypse or some kind of.
What kind of zombie apocalypse?
Disease.
Like the movie?
No, like.
Give me a breakdown.
No, like nothing crazy. Like
Zombieland, Walking Dead, I Am Legend.
Like a step up from, not I Am Legend because they have full rain during the day.
I thought they can't see the sun.
No, that's what I'm saying. You as a survivor, you would have full rain during the day. You do whatever the fuck you want. Like a step up from like Shaun of the Dead. Nothing crazy.
All right, so we'll say
slow.
Zombieland then.
Yeah, Zombieland's probably a good one.
So they're chumps.
They're slow. Nothing. They're not.
Could I survive that?
Yes. What was that? 24 days later or whatever?
Yes, I could. The reason I
28
could,
days later. 24.
The reason I could is because, fortunately, I have access to a lot of firearms myself, and I know how to use them. I'm not fucking SWAT or anything, but I'll just leave it at that. 2, if it's those type of zombies, they're chumps. So if you have a vehicle and you're moving, you can make up ground, and they're not gonna. It'd be tough. You would have to find a house and really board it up and make it a safe place. Like you would have to find like your safe area, that would be a big thing.
Right.
Like boarding up the windows. Because you know those zombies, they break windows and shit. So you would have to get a crib. But that's the thing, though.
Right. You live in like a bunker
you can find,
or some shit.
you would need help. You always need help. Doing anything by yourself is going to be impossible. If you have a crew, I mean, this is a decent enough house. Your house is big enough, too. We can fit a good amount of people in the house.
Yeah.
So what we do, we take a couple guns. We go to Home Depot, and we fucking raid Home Depot. We get plywood and just board up the windows and all that fucking junk.
Okay.
Could we survive that? Yes. Are you food-wise?
Well, so
There's
that's what I was
plenty
gonna
enough
say.
food.
So everyone's like, oh yeah, I'll use the guns that I already have, and I'll just shoot them in the fucking face.
Sure.
Okay. So that gets you through a week. The goldfish are gone. The Tullamore is gone.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to be worried about drinking at the time. Well, no, it's not gone because if it's only us, how many people survive? There's booze everywhere. We'll never run out of booze.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So
there'll be things. So we'll have to. It'll be the
it's
same
down the
thing.
road
It'll all
now.
be like special ops missions. Okay, get in the truck. 2 guys in the back with guns or whatever, and we're headed to ShopRite. We're going to take as much meat as we can, and we're going to freeze it.
right.
Or take the meat out of the things and put them in the freezer in ShopRite, since I'm sure they have the biggest freezer. You freeze the meat so it's preserved.
Right.
So we'll just have to take a trip to ShopRite every 2 or 3 weeks, and just, I mean, we're gonna have to become a fucking little military. And
Right. But what
if
what
I'm
I'm
by
saying,
myself,
what I'm saying is that when you expand upon that, all right. So this town, the whole world is under wraps. Like the zombie apocalypse is out. You heard about it on the news, and they're talking about it on the other podcasts. I don't know why you're listening to other podcasts, obviously, but so everyone knows. So that's what people are doing day 1 and day 2. That food's fucking gone. You put it in the freezer there, somebody else is taking it.
okay.
Now, more and more zombies are starting to take over because people that ran out of bullets, or they didn't have any guns to begin with, or they didn't board up all the windows, or they kept the door unlocked, or they just didn't know that somebody else was a zombie and they snuck up from behind, or whatever. So more and more zombies are getting taken, or turned, or whatever you want to call it. The immediate food is gone
Okay.
from ShopRite.
Yep.
There's only so many canned foods.
Probably saying you can freeze meat, but go ahead.
Right. But imagine that happening right now. That ShopRite is fucking jammed.
I don't
You
know
can't
how
get
many
shit.
people. Yeah, but who's becoming the zombies?
Well, it has to start day 1. Everyone's not a zombie to start.
Oh, well, then we have years.
You got time. Maybe not years. If it starts in fucking Manhattan, 7 million people are going to be zombies there. You know what I mean? And
but they're
and
spreading
they go to
out.
work
They're going
there.
somewhere.
They go to work there, but then they go home. Maybe the disease
All right,
takes
well,
2
if
days
you know
to take
it's
over.
going to be taken over, then you have to be smart and you have to hit other spots. You're like, all right, let's hit Lowe's and start a garden in the back. Like, you got to do shit like that.
So that's what I'm saying. So can you survive a month? Can you survive a year? Probably. Past that is what I'm talking about.
Oh, I
Now
don't know.
a fuck ton of people are zombies. There's no more food in ShopRite.
All right, well, I'm not Tim Kennedy. Are you describing to me? Eventually, I will die too, Ryan. I don't know what else. I don't know what else to fucking tell you. Eventually, I will die.
This is the time period that I'm looking at, because like here's the Walking Dead time period where they've been alive for how many seasons is that on? Fucking 28
Never
seasons.
watched it.
Yeah. So they're fighting with each other and their daily goal is to try to find food. There's no more deer to hunt because the zombies fucking ate them all. You know what I mean? Like, that's when I would I don't know if I want to be alive at that point.
Okay. Now, if you kill yourself, you don't become a zombie.
Well, yeah. Do you want to be a zombie?
No.
You want to be a
I'm
zombie?
I'm definitely killing
I don't
myself
know.
before I get taken over.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. So, like, you might try to survive for a little bit and be like, maybe they can find a cure. Maybe they can I Am Legend this shit. Maybe you can find
This is going to be an outrageous
place
question.
to go
This is going
to.
to be very fucked up for me to say.
Go ahead.
Would you kill yourself knowing that, like, Kate's alive? Like, for example, for me, like, I couldn't kill myself knowing Chelsea and, like, my
Right, you have
child's
to, like,
alive.
kill your family first.
Do I have to kill Chelsea and my baby before I kill myself? I can't kill myself
Probably.
and just let them become zombies.
Yeah, good luck, guys. Good luck, everybody else.
That's wild.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that gets in the time period. Like, everyone always thinks about, like, today the zombie apocalypse started.
Nobody knows
No.
until you're really in that
I want to talk
situation.
about 5 fucking years from now. Now, over that time, I guess you learn how to grow food, or you learn how to
if
do
Matt
something.
Damon
you
could do
learn
it on
where to
Mars,
go.
there's no
Right.
reason I can't do it in my backyard. This Jersey soil, let me tell you.
Mwah.
Let me tell you.
Yeah, but
it's also there's no rules too. Like you can come up with some wild barricades. Like we can steal cars and just put them. Like I might as well if I don't know break into my neighbor's house and just take over their house.
right, and
like,
that's what I was
we
gonna
could
say.
park-
There's no rules that way either.
No,
because,
like we could like park vans and make fences.
right,
Like,
and your neighbor could be like, "Hey, we got all this food. Come on over here." And you walk over, and he's like, "Nah,
Yeah.
we ain't got shit." He
Right.
pulls a gun to your head.
I love my neighbor and shit, but like, all right, what if I had to kill them? But that's what I'm saying. Like, instead of having a fence, which is like maybe the zombie can. What if I just start like parking cars around my? What if we just go steal a couple box trucks? U-Haul. I know where U-Haul is.
Right.
Park them around the
Fucking
yard.
dump
Put
trucks.
them on the front yard.
Use a dump truck to do your Black Ops missions
Whatever.
when you're going places.
That's what I'm saying. A box truck. You're sitting in the box truck with the thing open. You drive. 3 of us sitting there with guns. I mean, I don't know. It'd be like fucking Call of Duty.
Right.
There's a lot. Like literally, there's no rules. I can't wait to talk about the society. I can't wait to talk. Because can I just give you like a little? No.
Yeah.
What's your next question?
No, that was pretty much it.
This is so the society. Remember the book Lord of Flies?
Give me like the quick.
So like, I don't exactly remember, but it's like Boy Scouts or like a plane crashes and all these kids are stuck on an island and they have to like create their own colony.
Yeah.
Well, that's what the society is, but it's like modern day. So it's not like 200 kids were dropped off it's a senior class. They're not
lost.
Yeah, but they're in their hometown. They have houses. They're in a town.
Is it like an experiment? Or like did
Don't know yet.
everyone
Finished it.
die?
Haven't finished it. Everybody vanished except the senior class. They went on a school bus, and there was like a landslide. So like it blocked the road. They turned around and like their parents were gone, their siblings were gone. Everybody was gone in town except.
So it's like the left. You ever watch The Leftovers?
Yeah, the show sucked, by the way. So
pretty,
yeah,
pretty critically acclaimed, I think.
but yeah, so it's just the senior class. So just imagine us, the class of 09, trapped and locked in Cinnaminson. You can't get out of Cinnaminson. The class of 09.
Like you're all living in your own houses. Like your parents' house
But
at the time. Like
it's
your
your
own.
town, but like there's no predators or anything. There might be like animals randomly and shit, but there's no predators.
Right, but we're still humans. We're still top of the food chain.
You have to figure shit out. You have to come up with rules.
Right.
Well, all right, we'll get in it. Put a pin in the society. We're talking
Yeah.
about that next episode. Hopefully our next guest is prepared for that.
All right, let's get into the top 5 then.
All right, let's do it. Do I have to do anything?
Let's go.
Welcome to the garage with Evan and friends. Presented by Man Cave Complex. Of course, our host website. That's where you get all of our merch. Our episodes. We'll have other podcasts on there soon. If you put in the promo code GARAGE10, you get 10% off any of our merch. Shirts. They're nice. They're good shirts.
Top of the line. Like we should be selling them for over $100.
Hey, if you want to support the podcast, if you like the podcast, what you do is you subscribe, you comment, you like our stuff, you buy the merch, you tell your friends. I mean, that's all we ask.
Simple.
If you don't like it, then don't do any of it. I appreciate it. It's
you go.
whatever. To my left, as always, the co-host. I was going to say of the year. It's the rookie producer.
Extraordinaire.
It's the rookie producer of the year. My co-host always, Mr. Ryan Rickus.
Hey,
It's only us today, so we did a lot of chattering,
chit-chattering.
a bunch of shit, and this is our top 5 intro, so we're not going to get into anything crazy like what we do in the other intros. But our top 5 tonight was top 5.
I was going to say, go ahead and explain it.
I know, because I put it up on the Instagram. So it was, what I put up on Instagram was if someone could give you the answer to any unsolved myth or life question, what would it be? And like examples, blah blah blah. So our top 5 unanswered myths or scandals,
Mysteries,
life questions.
And I had to remind myself by looking online. And I'll tell you, don't type in unsolved mysteries on the internet because
the girl who died in Denver, Benet John.
Well, it's going to come up with a
OJ
IMDb first.
Oh yeah, so it was a TV show, correct?
Yeah. And all of the things on unsolved mysteries, and I was like, that's not what I'm looking for, though. You don't understand me, Google.
The easiest way to explain it is let's just get into it. You're number 5, and we'll take it from there.
Okay, cool.
Or do you want me? You always start. Do you want me to start?
I don't really care. I'm okay.
No, you already have your shit out. Go ahead.
My number 5 was the famous escape from Alcatraz. It happened. I don't know when it happened actually, but Alcatraz closed in 1963, so it was a long time ago. It was probably before then because it would be weird if they escaped from it after it was closed.
Yeah, who's stuck in there? You know,
Clarence Anglin, John Anglin, and Frank Morris, the 3 fellows that tried it. And a lot of people would try to escape from Alcatraz, and they would kind of just go ahead, try it. Freezing cold waters. Waves crashing, currents going all over the place. It wasn't easy to do. Even if you got out of it, first off, it's a prison. It's not like it's just a house where you can do whatever you want. So first off, you had to escape the prison, and then you had to get up.
Which is no picnic.
No,
ain't no picnic.
And then you had to get across the water somehow.
Mm-hmm.
So supposedly,
they never found them, right?
Correct. Supposedly, they dug out using spoons.
Okay.
Spoons. They made a raft out of raincoats.
All right, this is a wise tale.
And they floated away. Now, all of the other people that tried to escape from Alcatraz and they got into the water, they found their bodies.
Drowned.
And they were like, found them. Don't worry about it.
Well, apparently Nate and Nick Diaz have swam to Alcatraz and back. So it is possible.
There you go. These people they never found.
Oh my god, that's so creepy.
It's The Rock right there.
Great movie. Nick Cage.
Yeah.
Show some respect.
These people they never found. Supposedly, recently, there was a letter from John Anglin saying, yeah, we escaped. I got cancer. I ain't doing too well, but we escaped. Now, was it really from him? Who fucking knows? Probably not. Because even if he did, why is he fucking writing a letter about it? But
and there's so many weird fans and shit that do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like that, I was gonna bring up something like that. Yeah.
So like, what happened to these guys? Did they get away? Did they not get away? Was there someone in on it? Did they pay off a guard to bring a fucking boat up? Like
Definitely.
what? Guards, you know what I mean?
Guards are involved. You don't get out of prison without guards.
Well, they dug out using spoons.
Yeah, but not a plastic spoon.
No, I know. I'm just kidding. So, like, who was involved? Why were they involved? Did they get involved just because of money? Or maybe they were fucking fanboys. How does an
island prison get plumbing? Like, where's the electricity come from?
The sky.
Nuts. Look at the water tower. Jesus. Alcatraz is wild. That'd be a cool place to visit, huh?
Yeah, I know they do tours all the time.
My parents went to San Francisco and took a picture, but obviously they didn't, like, go to it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they do tours and shit. So.
Definitely. They should make it a prison again. Fuck them. Look at the little parking garage.
Yeah, I don't know why they...
Yeah, why would they stop?
I don't know. It's too much of a hassle, probably.
Fuck them. They're prisoners.
Yeah, but you got to bring over the workers every day in a fucking boat.
Oh, boo-hoo. Taxpayers. All right, let's kill everybody who gets arrested then.
All right.
Is that a baseball field? All right. My number 5 is the pyramids.
Okay. Of Giza.
Just the Egyptian... not super technical. I'm not going to, like, name... Just the pyramids in general. Like, where the fuck? Where the fuck, man? I mean...
Yeah, they say that you can't build... Like, it's...
I feel like they're lying a little bit when they say that.
They would be like, I don't know if they can't build them or they would be super tough to build with today's technology and equipment.
I feel like I feel like you're just building that up a little bit, but like for people to do that back in, let's see the date of the actual Egyptian pyramids. When were they born?
Oh, 2008. There we go. As of 2008.
I'm trying to look for the exact date because like, so what did they have? Just thousands of guys just hauling rocks 24/7 and they're just whipping them like everyone thinks like, oh my god, here I go again, Ev. the only slaves were the ones in America. But like, no, the entire world has had slaves.
Oh, for sure.
Like, who built these? Fucking
Right.
volunteers? No, they were fucking Egyptian slaves getting God knows what type of beating or whatever.
Right, definitely God knows what type of beating.
1171? No. There's no... When were the fucking pyramids built? Come on, man. Come on, internet. Do you use Bing or Google? Year.
Bing's free, so,
Year built. Here we go.
Google
Pyramids,
costs money.
year built.
2600 BC.
Jesus. 2,000 years. So, right now, we are closer to Jesus than Jesus was to the pyramids.
Right. If Jesus was around in was born in 4 AD, by the way.
We are closer to Jesus than Jesus was to the pyramids.
I found that out. What was one of our
We're
top
500
fives
years
before?
off. Yeah, when I was talking about time periods we want to go back.
Oh yeah,
Don't worry,
yeah.
I'm getting back into the Bible. The Bible
It was like
fascinates
4.
me.
It was like 4 AD that he was born. I don't understand.
Right, because AD is after death of Christ, so I'm super confused.
Well, Anno Dom.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, the pyramids. I mean, it's just so fucking
Right,
wild.
what's going on with them? Why'd they build them? How did they build them?
Why are they triangles?
Why are they
Diamonds,
triangles?
whatever the fuck you want to call them.
Well, why are they
In the middle of sand.
They're pyramids. That's the shape that they are.
Sure.
That's why they're called pyramids.
Why did they
because they're
pick pyramids? Like,
I don't know.
why did they do
just
anything?
build
The
a
pyramid,
fucking
I don't know.
room?
The pyramids just freak me out. How about the pyramid? I know it's not considered a pyramid, but what about the pyramid with the dog face? Which one's that called?
Begins with an S.
Yeah, go ahead. Pyramid of Giza?
No, that's the pyramids. Giza.
Giza.
The Sphinx.
Sphinx. Aliens built the Sphinx.
And then knocked its nose off. I think that happened somewhat recently.
How the fuck do you spell Sphinx?
It's an S.
Shut up.
There it is. I think, yeah, that's it. Oh.
Oh, there it is with the
nose.
knocked off.
The nose happened somewhat recently. I feel like the
it's
70s
sand. I don't
or
know.
something
It
like
fucking
that.
collapsed after 1,000,000 years being built. But how the hell did they get that design? How were they able to make a face? How the fuck were they able to make a face, Ryan?
Well, the same way everyone else made a face. It's not even a good face. Same way they made a face on Mount Rushmore.
Well, the feet are not proportionate to the face. That makes no sense. The thing.
Right, because they're not that good at art yet.
But still, could you imagine seeing that in person?
Well,
I could give a
see,
fuck about the Eiffel Tower and shit like that. Seeing that in person, I might shit my pants.
I did see. See if you can
Look how big the pyramid is compared to that.
see if you can somehow Google this. But the pyramids, these are all good angles for the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
But the pyramids, there's a city built around them.
Okay.
So
This is all
see if you
angles.
can
Look at the
somehow
feet.
see if you can somehow Google the city around
What about
the
the
pyramids.
dog? Which one's the dog?
What?
There's a sphinx and there's a dog.
Google the city around the pyramids or something like that.
City. So many people are yelling you guys don't know shit. City around I
There you
can't
go. Enter.
Huh?
Fucking Google. They help you out. They know what's going on.
I don't even know how to spell.
And now click on the pictures, images.
Oh, so you're saying it's all
See, it's right there. It's a
like
fucking city.
it's like good
and then-
pictures they take.
Literally right next to it is the pyramids.
Right, like how girls take good when girls have flat asses, but for some reason it looks big on Insta.
Right. They just take. It's just the right angle.
It's all angles. Look how small the horse is compared to that.
The nose was destroyed by a Sufi Muslim named Muhammad Saim.
One dude?
Al-Dir.
What, he shoot a fucking GSP? He shoot a George St. Pierre at it? Dude, look at that. Look at the pyramid in the distance of the city. Oh my god, that's so creepy.
Yeah, it's fucking right there. You turn your back and it's the city.
Damn.
No, so I think the nose was knocked off.
By Mother Nature.
No, way before recently.
Dude, look at the pyramid. Look how much bigger the pyramid is. All right, we spent way too much time on this. Let's
Yeah.
go. Number 4.
Nobody gives a fuck about the pyramids.
Jesus Christ, Evan. Let's go.
All right, what am I on? Number 4. So some of mine are. It's one, but I want to talk about the whole idea of it.
Go ahead.
So my number 4 is Jimmy Hoffa.
Really? You're into him, huh?
No. Well, yes and no. So
I'm a Teamster.
the reason I have Jimmy Hoffa on here is, first off, what happened to him. But second off,
I mean, we know what happened to him.
how easy it seems like to get rid of a body.
Back then? Absolutely.
Like, if they talk about how he's in the cement for whatever building was being built. Like
I heard
they
he
can
was
list
put in the trunk of a car and shipped it from my sources, you know.
Right. Boom. Done. You know what I mean? Like,
The Iceman had something to do. All right, how
Like-
about this? He disappeared 1975. They didn't come out with fingerprints or forensic until 1986. I know that because we were talking about When They See Us.
right.
So we're going to do, side note, we're doing a TV show episode, strictly like the 2 or 3 TV shows that we're watching. We have to talk about When They See Us, The Society, and there was another one.
You wrote it down, didn't you?
Yeah, something like that. Oh, Bob Lazar. We'll get to that. All right.
So the idea that they could kill somebody, like, how many people did they kill and just make disappear?
All of them. Whoever
That's
they
what I'm
didn't like.
saying. Like, yeah, Jimmy Hoffa is a big deal because he was the head of the labor union, right? Like,
Yep.
But how many fucking
mob ties.
nobodies did they make disappear in the same way?
How many dads went out to get a pack of cigarettes one day and never came back?
Right, and they just thought that they left or they were killed, but the cops didn't give
He
a
was
fuck.
only 62 too, huh?
Yeah, the shit that you could do, like when I was looking
Where
into
did he
these
go missing at? Bloomfield?
mysteries, when I was looking into these mysteries and shit, all of them are like,
Oh, he went missing in Michigan. Oh boy.
all of them are like 90s earlier, like 50s, 40s, like when there's
Yeah, 'cause it
the
was
cops
easy.
didn't know what the fuck was going on.
No, it was easy.
They were like, "Hey, does anybody know? No, okay, well we don't have any leads." Now there's fucking cameras everywhere. Right. Somebody has their phone out and it caught you doing something.
All right, he went missing.
They were.
Oh yeah, there's everything.
They were pinging the cell phone towers to see where your phone was,
Yeah.
and they know that you were out in fucking the woods with Chelsea, and now Chelsea's missing. We know we can start in the woods.
Yeah.
Because that's where you both were last. They didn't know that in fucking
Well, first of all,
1940.
cell phone trackers, you're
That's
done.
what I'm saying.
Google Maps, you're toast.
Yeah. Somebody's got you in the back of their Instagram picture and shit. Like
you're
it's
toast. My number 4.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, pause. 3, 2, 1, pause. All right, my number 4. I gotta know. I have to know. This is gonna roll into the conspiracy, but just I have to know what happened during 9/11.
Okay.
I have to fucking know.
Yeah, I like that.
Now,
I'm on board.
if it wasn't an inside job, that's fine. And I don't mean inside job where like people are just. I mean, no, there's no safe way to say it. I have to know. Did the United States know? I'll do like a quick 3 things. Was it an inside job, as in the USA?
Orchestrated it?
Allowed the attack. They knew it was
Okay.
going to happen. They allowed the attack and didn't stop it. Because they know the best way to start a war is to have the country behind you. Why would the country be behind you? When they say terrorists attacked New York City, the most famous city in the fucking world. 2, was it an actual terrorist attack? What was going through the Taliban or Bin Laden or whoever's mind? Like, this is what we're going to do. We're going to hijack planes, and we're going to pull it off, and the United States not going to have any fucking clue because their security shit when it comes to airports. 3, both of them combined. Like,
Well, and also, what made the buildings fall? Was it because of the jet fuel melting steel beams?
With the planes falling, that would have to go into the government knowing, because that's all in their plan. Because we all know the 2 World Trade Centers fell, and a half a block over was Tower 7,
There you go.
and that motherfucker fell. They had that bitch. Why? How about working in Tower 7, not knowing that there's fucking dynamite and explosives everywhere?
Not only that
That they
being,
can hit it at any time.
just being a fucking janitor.
And
you're
you know
like,
what else
you're not
is
even
9/11?
involved with any of that shitty stuff.
Let me
Like,
not
I'm
get
just
too
fucking cleaning
Let me not
up.
get too crazy. Shout out to my boy Dan, because we'd be going crazy right now. 9/11 wasn't the World Trade. Not only the World Trade Centers, Tower 7. How about the Pentagon?
Right.
Nobody died in the Pentagon, but this one random area of the Pentagon was hurt. No surveillance. It was literally still pictures. It went from it looked like a plane, and all of a sudden it turned into a missile, hit the building. There wasn't no live footage in 2001 of the Pentagon getting hit. It was like still pictures.
Right.
Like fucking Charlie Chaplin, and you're at the corner of a little fucking book, like doing that thing, and like the little comic moving. No, a fucking missile hit the Pentagon, and nobody was in there. I don't want to get into 9/11. We're all my number 4. I gotta know what happened during 9/11.
Right. The whole thing, beginning,
give me
soup
the fucking
to nuts.
truth. Hey, let's go have dinner. Whoever the president, I'm not saying Trump, whoever. George Bush. Let's sit down and have a dinner and a beer. I won't tell a fucking soul, but me personally, I have to know.
Right.
It was
and
the only attack in my.
Yeah,
I would definitely tell everybody. But
I'm not going to tell anybody. Hold on, Rye. We need a special podcast tonight.
If they were to give me the information, I would put it out on this pod. If I get assassinated, you guys are welcome. I did my United States service.
Civic duty.
But I'm saying, like, come on, man. Something happened. Something happened. 9/11.
My number, what are we on, 3?
Mm-hmm.
My number 3 is D.B. Cooper.
Yeah, that's so creepy.
Yeah.
That is so creepy, that dude. Good fucking call.
So he...
I love it.
In 1971, he hijacked a 727 plane. He gave the...
Good.
He gave the... are you changing your shit now?
I have to.
He gave the flight attendant a note. She didn't even look at it. She was like, oh, it's probably him trying to give me his number or whatever. And he was like, no. Look at that note. It said that he had a bomb, which he did. She confirmed that she saw it. And he was going to take the plane hostage. They quietly landed it, acted like there was a malfunction on the plane. Mm-hmm. All the passengers got out, and they were like, damn, man, we have a malfunction on the plane. Like, that sucks. Some of the flight crew got out, but not all of them. And in exchange, he got $200,000, which is like the equivalent of like $1 million today or something like that.
Equivalent to 1.24 million.
There you go. And some parachutes.
Looks like my grandpa.
They left the airport. He got all of the flight attendants and pilots and all that kind of stuff in the cockpit. Told him to lock the door. Supposedly, went to the back of the plane. They said that at some point soon after takeoff, the lights started going off. That like one of the back doors basically was like being fucked with, and they like said over the loudspeaker like, "You need help? Like if you let us out, we'll help you. Like no big deal." And he was like, "Nah, I'm good." And then they landed later to refuel in Nevada, and that door was open, and he was gone. They don't know when he jumped out.
How did he get the money?
Here's the thing. When he landed to let the passengers out and shit like that, they gave him the money, like the ransom. Otherwise, he would blow up the rest of the people, basically.
But he jumped out of the back of the plane, right?
So here's the thing. They took off when he got the money and the parachutes. They were followed by fighter jets.
And they didn't see him jump out.
They didn't see him jump out. But when they landed, the thing was still open, and he was gone.
Think he hid in the plane?
I don't know. Supposedly, he jumped, obviously. None of the money was spent, because they had it all marked bills. Some kid in, like, 1980 or some shit found, like, $6,000 of those marked bills. But they were followed by 5 planes, 5 fighter jets that would rotate off, like when they need to fill up.
So they were seeing him jump out of the fucking plane.
No one saw him jump. They don't know, the people on board didn't know if he jumped because they weren't back there with him. But the shit was opened soon after the takeoff, and it was open the entire time, including when they landed.
Interesting.
There's been manhunts since 1971. I was reading today that they just closed the investigation on it.
Yeah, because he's probably dead.
Like fucking 2 years ago or some shit. No, I would say like 10 years ago or something like that. Now they're still taking information. So you people out there, if you got information on D.B. Cooper, you contact the FBI.
So he took the $200,000, but he didn't spend it. So he just did it for shits and gigs, or
maybe he traded it or something. Maybe he got it to a bank that was like gonna be sketchy with it and just hold it, Or maybe he died and was eaten by fucking alligators.
He jumped out of the actual airplane and just fucking
yeah.
got crushed.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Maybe the fucking parachute didn't open. He fucking splatted into the ground, and then some fucking coyotes ate him.
I went skydiving before. I'm very interested in this guy. I'm not going to put him on my list.
I figured that's who it was because the other people are a little more boring.
Who gives a fuck? This dude I'm very interested about. I'm not going to bring him up right now.
Okay, is he going to be a higher one up on your list? Or?
No, I'm just not going to bring him up in general, I don't think.
Okay.
I think I'll save him because I am so interested in him. Like, fascinated.
And that was what, like 1800s or something? Yeah, 1888.
1888.
All right, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is Aliens / Bob Lazar. Now, Bob Lazar was just... Now, I'm going to do a terrible job. I'm just going to break this down to you. Bob Lazar was just on Joe Rogan. If you really want to know anything about Bob Lazar, please listen to Joe Rogan because what I can say is going to have nothing...
He's going to do a much better job.
He's going to do a way much better
getting the information
job.
out of a
So Bob
professional.
Lazar and Aliens. So, shit.
So who was Bob Lazar? My goodness, you are fucking everything up.
He was a scientist who worked for around the area of Area 51. He worked in a...
Okay. I was pretty sure, but I wanted to wait until you confirmed it because my number 2 is Area 51. So.
All right. Well, he worked... He said Area 51 wasn't exactly there yet when he started. He got hired by them when he was like 25-ish because he put a rocket in his Honda Civic. So he was
nice.
yeah. But he worked at the area. What was it called? The site called near Area 51, Groom Lake, blah blah blah.
S4.
S4. But anyway, so there's a documentary that just came out called UFOs and Other Shit or whatever. I gotta get that.
That's probably it. UFOs and other shit.
I'm sorry. Let me get that. But anyway, are aliens real?
Right. So here's why
wouldn't there be?
While you're looking that up, here's my
I'm just
why
looking at
I was interested in Area 51 is because I don't think that there's aliens at Area 51.
No, that's just a test site.
Right. Because if there was, why would they keep them there if everyone knows about it?
But you can't get close to it.
No, I know that. But you still know that, you know,
flying
push comes to shove,
saucers is what it's called.
There's people that are good at getting sensitive information out of other people.
Area 51 and flying saucers.
And, like, they would find people that worked at Area 51. Like, they would fucking figure it out. The Russians would fucking figure it out. You know what I mean? Chinese, they'll get that information. So why wouldn't you put it at a site? Why wouldn't you put it at Area 58? Have you ever heard of Area 58? No, because I just made it up. But, like, it could be a real place.
It's all in Nevada, which is a wide open ground. Here it is. So, all right. We're doing a documentary or a TV show episode in like a couple days or a week or so. Just strictly that. That's all we're going to do. There's 3 shows we have to watch. But, so, Bob Lazar is the only dude who has been spitting out knowledge about aliens that we know of. You know what I mean? Like, for us...
other than the guy from the History Channel with the crazy hair.
It would be naive for me to think that there's no other life than Earth.
Well, here's the kicker.
And I'm not talking about fucking bacteria
That's
on
what
the
I
middle
was
of
gonna say.
Uranus.
Here's the kicker.
I'm talking about living things. There has to be.
But everything went perfectly the way that it did for us to be human beings looking the way that we do. Like, it could have went a billion other ways where we wouldn't look and act and breathe and
might
talk
look weird
and
compared to...
That's what I'm saying. So why wouldn't there possibly be intelligent life somewhere else that looks somewhat different? Because not only that, there's a fucking million different animals.
We don't even know what's in the ocean.
Right.
The ocean takes up, what, 73% of the world, of Earth?
Something like that.
And we only, what, fucking know about, like, 9-10% of it?
Right. But, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, so evolution is so intricate. Like, one fucking thing changes the path of everything, especially millions of years later.
So
that's what I'm saying. There's hundreds and hundreds of different animals. So why would there be a human-shaped thing on a foreign planet? Like, even if that... Obviously, there's a foreign planet that has some kind of life, but what's the chances that everything went exactly the way it did over the same amount of millions of years for us to get for us to be talking about some other people doing some other podcast a billion light years away from here.
Well, that's what they say. They say the world is infinity. Like the galaxy is freaky as shit. So they say it's infinity. So the human brain cannot comprehend infinity.
Right.
Infinity to us is like, if you think of like the solar system, like, all right, it's this Earth, and it's like the 9 planets or whatever the fuck it is. You just see like a black, and like to me, it's almost like, oh, it's just like a closet of black with these planets around. No. That's all we can see.
Right, because the closet has walls.
The closet has walls. There's no walls. There's black holes. There's this. Infinity means there's somebody doing what we are doing right now.
Not as good, though, so don't worry about their podcast.
But here's the thing. You know what infinity is? It's an unlimited amount of shit. So there's somebody, me and you are doing this somewhere else, somewhere in the fucking galaxies of galaxies. But instead of me sitting like this, I'm doing this.
You're a fucking alligator.
I have a different hand. I'm doing this, or I'm doing this, or I'm doing this, or I'm doing this. Like, there's this unlimited. It's unfucking limited.
But
it
also
makes me sick.
But also, if
weird.
you're like, oh, it just so happened that we're here because obviously of millions of years of evolution, or maybe 5,000 years. Is that what those creationists think? 5,000 years, something like, whatever. Because everything went perfect. We're the exact right distance away from the sun. We were hit by asteroids that were carrying the exact stuff that we needed. Our atmosphere is able to hold the exact amount of elements and oxygen and nitrogen and all that kind of stuff to make it perfect to sustain life. Okay. There's billions of galaxies. What's the chances that one of them doesn't have those same conditions? Just one.
Why wouldn't there be?
Right. Billions and billions of galaxies.
They say the internet
One
could
of
have
them
been
doesn't have
invented
one.
already, but a meteor hit the Earth and we started over.
Speaking of the pyramids, did they have technology that we don't even have
Dude,
yet?
they could have had how else? They might have had cranes back then.
Right.
So
They could have had better cranes.
They a meteor hit.
They could have had this fucking machine that makes perfect fucking walls for pyramids. We don't know what that is.
No. How about dinosaurs? Don't even get me fucking started. All right.
Dinosaurs didn't exist.
Like literally, we could just
Everybody know
fucking
that.
keep going. This is fucking nuts.
This is
Yeah,
getting
the
out of
Clintons
control.
are dinosaurs. Lizard
Reptiles.
people.
So my number 2 was Area 51. That was your number 3.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
what's your
but like
number
we
2?
could go on just that. We could do a podcast just on.
Yeah.
Well, when we watch fucking Bob Lazar, Area 51 and Flying Saucers.
Right,
Well,
we'll
how
start
about we
with
watch
that.
it together?
All right, I'm fine with that.
We'll hold hands. We'll watch it together.
I can't wait. You bring the popcorn.
Yeah.
Your
socks.
number 2.
My number 2 is.
Did you say no socks?
Yeah, no socks. My number 2 is the Bible.
Okay.
Who the fuck?
This was on both of our lists of where we would want to go because we wanted to know what the fuck happened.
Because I wanted
didn't
to know,
put it on this list.
and I
like
really
that.
want to know. First of all, somebody just started writing this shit. I understand it's
Not only that, in like 1200 AD or some shit.
So I understand, and it
No, I
goes
think
back
it's
to
like
that show I
400,
want to
but-
talk about next episode, the society. So like somebody wanted to come up with a thing of rules, a group of people, whatever, came up with a thing of rules, and we're just like, all right, here's the Bible. First of all, it was like written in Latin, and nobody could fucking even read Latin, so they had to translate it into like English or whatever, or it was whatever the fuck it was written.
Not only that, it was written hundreds of years after Jesus. Then it wasn't even adopted for like another couple hundred. Like it was like I'm gonna guess, but it was like written in like 400 AD, and people didn't even start paying attention to it till like 1200 AD.
Dude, there's just so
Why didn't
much
they? If Jesus was doing all this shit, why weren't they day one?
How did the Bible start without social media? Like, where did it start getting ground? And, like, how was it pumping it out on everybody's shit?
Here's
word of mouth. That's
here's
just
my
years
question.
and years of word of mouth of just stories and folk tales. Oh, he walked on water. He turned wine into this, blah, blah, blah. Like,
Here's
what?
my question. How did they sell copies without sending nudes out first?
A lot of bush back then. Talk about burning bush. Burning bush was fucking crabs. That's what it was back then.
That's right. Damn right.
You're
And
damn right,
today.
yeah, gonorrhea.
And today.
Dude, their private parts were probably inflamed.
Well, you probably didn't know anything else. Like, yeah.
People were dying at like 26.
Obviously, my private parts are inflamed.
Foreskin.
Are yours not?
Foreskin. Until the Jews started
Are
cutting
yours
off the
not,
foreskin.
you fucking virgin?
Until
this
the
guy's a virgin. It doesn't hurt when he pees.
Until the rabbis started cutting off the foreskin and sucking the little meat off kids. Talking about creepy. Yeah. I said it. Anyway, the start of the Bible. I'm upset. It's funny, too, because I don't believe in religion. I believe more in the science. Like, hearing more about, like, science. Just fucking...
Right, because you hear both sides.
Yeah. More than religion. And I went to a Catholic school for fucking 9 years, but I'm obsessed. The reason that religion pulls me back is because of... It's like a huge cult like that, but, like, this is going to sound crazy. The art of religion, there's something about it. I guess it reminds me of my childhood, but, like, I'm obsessed. So, like, I look up, like, I'll just, like, Google, like, art. Like, religious art, like Catholic art.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. Like, the art of religion?
No,
or
no,
like
no, no.
The art,
like actual
like the
art.
paintings and shit like that?
Like the Sistine Chapel,
right,
fucking
okay.
the Stations of the Cross, Our Lady of Guadalupe. Like, there's like actual art of
right, and there's a lot of...
Dude, and like I look at it, and it just memorizes me. Like, how old is this shit? Who created this shit? Like,
and there's a lot of, like, really fucking pretty churches with their
the
stained glass and stuff.
The wood,
like, yeah.
the marble.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, dude, there's something about... But yeah,
where they getting all that money, though?
Well, they ain't got no money anymore
From our
because
parents.
of court. Shout out the court. Yeah, the start of the Bible. What the fuck? Who the fuck came up with this shit?
I'm with you.
You're number one.
My number one...
I'm assuming we're going to have the same one.
Yeah, but probably. My number one is the same idea of the Jimmy Hoffa one, where it's like...
Oh, never mind.
It's not... You'll see. Where Jimmy Hoffa was like just a point of... I want to talk about how they get rid of dead bodies.
I want to see a dead body.
But this one is the idea of reincarnation, and then I have a specific example.
All right, let's go. I can get that because mine's death. What happens when you die?
Okay, yeah.
So we can
I
combine
have reincarnation.
these.
Yeah,
we can combine these.
So I was... First off, like I said, when I was looking into what I could do for this, there are so many fucking creepy stories and shit.
Of course.
Like, I was watching a video. First off, not to get on a tangent, but I'm
Go
going
ahead,
to.
Dude. Fuck it.
There was a video of this girl who... all right, so let me start this way. Yeah. There was a hotel where the customers were complaining about the water tasting weird.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Then they found a dead girl in the water tank of the hotel.
Oh, yeah.
Then they go back to...
This was recent, right?
I don't know. I didn't look at the date. Then they go back to the video, and they see that she was, like, locked into the water tank room.
Getting off the elevator, that one?
Right. And then they find a video, or they release a video of her on the elevator.
Yep.
So you watch this video?
Oh, fuck
I
yeah. I
watched
watched
this
it
today.
I watched it, I don't know, 300 times.
That back when it happened, or...
This was probably 2008, I think.
Yeah, it probably was. She's acting real fucking sketchy on the elevator.
I mean, she could have easily been on acid, though. Like,
oh, for sure. For sure. So they released the video of her on the elevator.
I've been fucked up a couple of times, so.
Hey, dog.
Water tank. Yep.
Yeah. Eliza Lamb is her name.
I thought she was Asian. Oh, yeah, she was, yeah.
This isn't anything to do with my number one, but...
2013 it happened.
There you go. And then there was another story that I was reading.
She could have been possessed.
Right, and then there was with Eliza Lamb again, the girl in the water tank. All of the guests.
Imagine drinking water and you're like, this tastes funny.
All of the guests.
Because Elijah is in the pipes.
All of the guests of the hotel came down with like tuberculosis, and the test for tuberculosis is like the Lamb Eliza or something like that. It's fucking weird.
How the hell did she get in that water tank?
I don't know.
Because it doesn't open, right?
Yeah.
There was something weird like that?
But anyway, I don't want to get too far into this. Let's write
her down. We'll do a thing on her one day. No, seriously.
I read another story about this family. They had 10 kids, and their house caught on fire. The parents got out.
Mm-hmm.
5 kids got out.
Okay.
The dad keeps going back in because he's trying to find our other 5 kids.
Yeah.
The house burns to the ground. There is 0 remnants of these 5 kids. Like, not skin, not bone, not
So he didn't save any of the kids. He kept going in and couldn't find them.
Couldn't find them. So the 5 kids vanished into thin air. Now, the police start interviewing neighbors and shit. The lady across the way notices a car leaving with 2 adults and 5 kids in it.
Okay.
Another lady, because they, like, immediately they put out all the kids' pictures and all that kind of stuff. This happened a while ago, but they
5 kids are hard to hide.
They put a billboard up for, like, fucking to this day, basically. Yeah. For, like, fucking 30 years, this billboard was up with pictures of the kid. A lady, like, a week later, saw what she thought were those kids. She tried to go up and talk to them. They were with 2 guys and 2 grown adults and 2 grown females. And the guys, like, shoot her away. Yeah, Sodder children.
Jesus.
The Sodder children disappearance.
I'm so good at Googling.
The guys, like, shoot her away and got her out of there, and then, like, she called the cops.
Especially
because
this is, 1945, so, of course, it's so
right.
much more easier.
But there were so many creepy, like, these fucking kids. Somebody came in, like, theoretically.
Yeah.
Came in, took 5 of the 10 kids, then lit the house on fire and fucking drove away as it was on fire because the lady was outside to watch the fire. Not to watch the fire, to try to help or whatever you're going to do. And she saw the kids drive away in a fucking car. Now, did she see the actual kids?
5 of them died and 5 disappeared.
Did she see the actual kids, or was it just a car driving by with 5 different kids, or was it actually 3 kids, but she thought there was 5? But, like, there were so many creepy fucking stories like that.
Out of the 5, how many of them were girls? How many of them were boys?
I don't know.
Because that's very important to me. What if, like, all boys died and 5 girls went disappearing?
I don't think it was like that. I think it was like 2 and 3 or something like that. But anyway, again, I don't want to get too... We just spent 10 minutes fucking on things that aren't even on our list.
We were just talking about my number 1 is what happens when you die, so I don't know how
right, but I got onto these because there were so many creepy stories, and my number 1 is a creepy story. Mm-hmm. It's about the Pollock sisters. Because it's reincarnation, like you said, it's in the same vein as yours. 1957, Joanna was 11 and Jacqueline was 6. The Pollock sisters. They die, Pollock, Pollack. No, Pollack.
Oh.
1957, again, long time ago.
Yep.
Joanna was 11. Jacqueline was 6. They died in a car crash. 2 years later, their mom had twins. Once they were old enough to talk, they started identifying and requesting toys that they previously had. Like, where's my blank that you had when you were 5 last life?
Her mom's crazy. That's all I can say. Her mom's crazy.
They were supposedly pointing out landmarks of, like, trips that their family had gone on prior to their death.
The mom's in denial.
The schools that they had gone to, like their middle school and elementary school and shit. Now they're just learning how to talk, and they're pointing out, oh, this is the school I went to. After they turned 5, it kind of slowed down a little bit. They were studied by a psychologist that, like, specialized supposedly in reincarnation stories and all that kind of stuff. And he wrote a book about 14 cases that he thinks are real reincarnation stories. And the Pollock sisters are one of them.
Okay.
So, whether you think that happened or not, I mean, it happened. Whether you think the reincarnation part happened is up to you. But just the idea of reincarnation...
Dude, it's fucking freaky. Well, it's the same thing. I mean, do you reincarnate or do you just die? Hopefully, hopefully it just doesn't go black when you die. Does the spirit live on?
Sopranos.
Does your spirit live on? Can you see your family grow?
Right. Or is there a reincarnation set up?
Because people believe in ghosts, angels. I mean, I don't believe there's a heaven and hell. Like, oh, I go to the sky.
Or a good place.
Yeah. Oh, I blah blah blah.
Shout out to,
I cheated on so and so. I go to hell.
Shows.
You know what I mean? I just don't go underneath the earth and just burn like with little Nicky and shit. But but I'm saying, like, there's got to be something.
Get in the flash.
Get in the flash, Cassius. I used to talk normal to my brother Cassius. Hit me in the face with a shovel. But I'm saying, like, What are you gonna do? Like, what happens when you die?
But that's what I'm saying. Is there also reincarnation? But the reason we don't know about it is because they're not usually reincarnated to the same
reincarnation.
well,
It's not that it can't happen, but like
that's what I'm saying. So
the population used to be like fucking. So like new people are being born. I don't know. My math is fucked up, but.
Right, but maybe it could be you could be reincarnated from 5 years ago from your death. Like it don't.
Reincarnated is what though? Do you like turn into a dog, or do you just turn into?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe it's different reincarnation, or maybe you turn into a different human.
I've seen a dog's purpose.
But you're in China, and you can't point out any of the you don't recognize any of the landmarks because you've never been to China. I mean, it just so happened that this.
Okay.
If reincarnation,
hold
on. If reincarnation is a real thing, it just so happens that these people were reincarnated to the same family. Maybe reincarnation, you die and you just now you're reincarnated as a Brazilian. I've never been to Brazil, so I don't know anything. So I'm learning Portuguese. Like I didn't know, but then I came to Cinnaminson, New Jersey, and was like, oh shit, hold up, that school looks familiar. But maybe it's a deja vu type thing.
I was just gonna say, what's deja vu?
Right, like oh shit, that school looks familiar, but. I don't know. Maybe it looks like a school in Brazil. That's why.
What's deja vu? That's where I was going to say. The fuck is deja vu? How many times have I picked up something and I was like, oh, my God.
Yeah, I've been here before. We're getting too deep here.
Definitely
For me.
It's too late for us to be getting this deep.
Yeah. Yeah, let's fucking...
I mean, this could go on forever.
Yeah, that's the problem.
And you know what? We might come back to this.
Yeah, I'm down.
I don't know, but...
We can revisit.
We could come back to this,
but for now...
You want to do your 5 real quick?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, music can play, yeah.
Yeah.
You do it real quick.
Number 5 is The Escape from Alcatraz. Number 4 is Jimmy Hoffa. Number 3, D.B. Cooper. Number 2, Area 51. Number 1 is Reincarnation in the Pox.
I like the D.B. Cooper one, just because that's like a wild thing. Pyramids, 9/11, Alien/Bob Lazar, Bible, how it started, and then what happens when you die. And the one I was talking about is Jack the Ripper. I got it. Jack the Ripper is just a fucking... Guys, 10% off. Garage 10 on our mancavecomplex.com. Get 10% off our merch. We appreciate it. We love you guys. This weekend, the first ever Shooter McGavin Open.
That's right.
So there's going to be some funny videos going on because it's going to be an absolute fucking bloodbath in Ocean City, Maryland this weekend.
I'm ready.
Other than that, we love you guys and peace out. H out.